Okay, let me change that title. And then your cams reflect accurately the state of Warcraft 3. Just completely fucked. Dude, your cam looks so crisp right now. Are you looking what I'm looking at? You look good,
Yeah,
dude.
I'm looking at it.
You
Oh,
look
I'm
so
seeing.
fucking good.
I sees it. Oh, I sees it.
You look so good. Okay, dude, fuck it. Let's just go. Hello, how
All
are
right.
you? Like, cause we haven't actually like talked, man.
It's been a little while.
Yeah, how are you? Like, what are you? A lot of people like don't know what you're doing anymore. They don't know what's going
Yeah.
on. You're living like the rock star life. Are you partying hard? Like, are you getting fucked up, brother? Are you fucked up right now?
I'm gonna get there.
I'm
What,
shit faced right
give
now.
me
Actually, I had 2.5 beers at the bar. I got driven home after
two and
two
a
and a half beers.
half beers.
I got driven home after 2.5 beers because I was buzzing. Smoked some pot and had 2 more beers at home. So I am buzzing.
Mm,
I'm living the dream right now.
that's awesome. Well, I'm just getting into my first glass of wine, but there'll be like 6 or 7 more.
You
Don't
like
worry.
the box of Pinot? Is that a box of Pinot?
Yeah,
Can I
it
see the
is. Yeah,
box? Can I see the box?
it's in the fridge, bro.
Okay. But it's is it like a Jackson Triggs or what? Like what brand do you guys have
That's
out here?
normally what I get, but I've been trying. I went to a different liquor store, went to the BCL to see if they had cheaper, because it's just the cheapest you can get, the cheapest 4 liter. But it wasn't that much cheaper. It was like $33 compared to the Jackson Triggs, like $40.
So you get a box, you
Um,
throw in the fridge, and then you just give her until she's gone. But my question
yeah,
is, how often are you getting a box, brother?
every other day.
A 4 liter box of wine?
Yeah, me and Nelson go back and forth on them though.
Oh my god!
Yeah, yeah, it's expensive.
So
Yeah,
how's the band then? Because like obviously casting, you've been skipping some shit. Let's be honest.
yeah, I've been skipping some stuff for sure. Yeah. No, the band's been good, dude. The band's been good. We're busy. Like, let me think about our schedule's not too crazy, but it's always traveling stuff. So we were just away this weekend, which is a whole thing in and of itself. So we were away from Friday until Tuesday. And then I casted today, and then we're gone again on Friday until about Monday. And then I'm chilling for September. So I'll be around for September. And then we're gone again the beginning of October for the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th,
Okay.
and then we're back home, and then we're going to a place called Kelowna, which is 6 hours out of Vancouver for the 13th, or we're in Vancouver for a show actually. I think on the 12th now. They just got confirmed today, and then on the 13th, 14th in Kelowna after that, which is a little bit of a travel. Then we're back in Victoria. We have a show on the 20th that we're headlining. That should be a dope show.
Jesus.
And then October we're kind of chilling. And then we just got another show for like November 4th in town again, which is like there's like a lot of these showcase things where it's just like industry people. They just like invite like 4 or 5 bands, and you all play like a 30-40 minute set, and you just have a bunch of industry people there to watch. So like booking agents and managers and like just industry people essentially. So we're doing a lot of those recently. We're trying to get one for Toronto as well. But
Ooh,
yeah, we've
are you
been pretty
coming
busy.
back? Are
Like
you coming back to my neck of the woods? Possibly.
possibly. We're
You
trying
gonna
to
let me
figure that
know,
out.
or are you just gonna show up and ditch?
Yeah, it'd fucking probably be like a 1-2 day thing, but who knows? Yeah.
You gotta let me know, dude. Don't fucking show up and then leave and then not tell me.
Yeah, because obviously when you're doing like the cover band shit, which we did for 5 years, you're like actually a lot busier. Like you'll have gigs like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but they're all at like some shit bar in town. Whereas like all these gigs are like actually like cool venues, and we're like playing our own music, so it's relatively busy for like our own stuff. Whereas the cover band stuff, like you can play 7 days a week if you're doing cover band, but you're playing the same bar 4 days, and you're playing another bar 3 days, and you're playing fucking Otis Redding the entire night. But yeah, with this, it's like all our own music and another band's music that we're playing with now.
What would you say on a
It's been
weekly?
sick.
Like right now, your back to work off stint is Friday, Wednesday. What would you say your
Yeah.
band is right now on a weekly basis? Like, are you 6 days a week, 7 days a week right now, or what? Like,
Well, we try to keep busy the entire time, right? Because it's not just the gigging. Like we do practice 2 days a week, and we just started playing with a different band, Vox Rea, which is like these two sisters, and they're really really good singers, and but they don't have a band, so we're there. We sort of play the instruments, and they play like keys and then sing.
oh,
And
dude,
we
I
just
did
started
not know
matching them
that.
up.
So I knew that you were with them, but I didn't know that they're like they just sing. Like they don't have a
They
drummer
play
or.
keys.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
no. So we're like their band, like me, Gray, Morgan, Nelson,
So did
Sasha.
they have like
Like,
fill-in recording when they recorded their shit? Like, did they have
yeah.
fill-ins?
So their producer that they work with plays the guitar, bass, and drums on their records,
Oh
and then
my
they
god.
both play violin and they play keys, but their producer does all the instruments, and then but they've just hired people, right? And like
Hmm.
session guys are cool to hire, right? Like session guys are great, but you sort of just get like you get guys in like their 40s, and they wear like black t-shirt, black jeans, they stand behind the spotlight, and they just sit there and they just crush with like a stone face the entire time,
Right.
which is cool. You sound really good.
But
You
you
pay
have
them
like
250
you have no
bucks.
identity. You have no like
There's no
personality. Yeah, there's
character.
no character. Yeah.
Whereas us as a band, we sort of have our own identity, we have our own character, and we have like our own sort of style and developed sound. We're not just like whatever you want me to play, I'll play the exact notes you tell me to play. We like have our own style, we have our own input on it, so it actually gives it a little bit more character.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sort of like we've almost like combined bands. So I think they're gonna like sing with us now, and then we're gonna be their backing band. So like if we do a tour with them, so my band's a 5-piece, they're just two sisters, so we'll do like a 7-piece run where we play with them and they do a set, and then we switch clothes, and then we play our music, sort of thing, and we both do headlining under two different names, but it's the same 7-piece band for both things. Like Eagles backing Linda Ronstadt, yeah, exactly. Or like Alice Phoebe Liu, who's an artist I really, really like. She plays with a band called Loving, and Loving does like all of her recording and all of her. They play with her on tour, sort of thing. She's just a singer that plays guitar, but the Loving is a band that puts out their own records, but they also are Alice Phoebe Liu's backing band, which is relatively common. But it's kind of cool that we're able to do it because we're not like professional musicians, right? We just play. We
So
just
how
play
do
our own
they
stuff.
slide in Nelson and Morgan? That's a lot of voices.
Yeah, exactly. So they do 4-part harmonies, which is dope. Because obviously our band is just 2-part vocals. So they figure out harmonies with them. But what Nelson's been doing is he's just been playing tambourine and shaker.
I
Like
did
he's just
notice
been
that.
like,
Like when you sent me that one,
yeah,
he's just slapping the fucking tambourine.
yeah.
Yeah, and he's okay. He's happier than
Mhm.
picking shit.
He loves it. Yeah. So he just gets to sing harmony, and just he wears a fanny pack on stage that has like 8 different shakers in it. And he's been wearing like a bandana and sunglasses. Like he's totally just leaning into it. I think what we want to do is get Nelson, we want to get him like a rug, a lamp, and a stool and an ashtray. And what he's gonna do, he's gonna sit with the stool on top of the rug, have a lamp next to him turned on, and just have an ashtray, and he'll just sit there smoking on stage, playing shaker, and then eventually in like the chorus he'll just sing a harmony, and he'll just be like chilling. That'll be like his vibe.
That's dope. I think
Um,
like if you guys play that off, where like he's slapping the tambourine, and then like
yeah,
after a while he comes out and like his voice, people will be like, "What the fuck?" Because
yeah,
they'll think like this guy's just like, "Who is this guy?" You know what I mean? Slapping tambourine, like, and then he starts singing, and you hear his voice, and you're like, "Oh my god."
yeah. And then he plays a little bit of acoustic. Like there's one tune that he plays acoustic for, which is just like 4 singers and an acoustic guitar. That's all it is. So they have a little moment where they do that, and then yeah, and then Morgan's doing harmonies as well, and he's playing like a rhythm, electric rhythm, and then I play lead. We have Gray playing bass, and we have Sasha playing drums, but Sasha hasn't played with them yet. They had their own drummer that was like their neighbor play with them for the one show we did with them. But now this week we're training up Sasha. That's what we're doing tomorrow. Sasha's my drummer in my band. Um, we're training him up, and he's gonna start playing with them as well. So we have like I think we're playing like 5 or 6 gigs with them in the next month and a half, and then we're trying to get a whole tour figured out with them where we just do that dual headline thing. So you essentially you get paid a lot better because it's the same 7-piece band, but you get to book it as 2 different bands, right? So you get 2 separate paychecks,
And a lot
and you
of
just
venues
split
will
it
do
7
that.
ways. Oh yeah, because it's 2 different sets, 2 different bands, 2 different vibes. Like their music's not the same as ours. It works with us, but it's like much different from ours. So
That's cool.
yeah. Yeah, super stoked on that. So
So
that's what we're working on right now. We've been busy with that, but then also there's like we're trying to do more social media stuff as well because we're finding out that's really really important. So doing more like filming for like TikToks and Instagram and doing photo shoots. What we're doing in Vancouver this weekend is we're going to record with Steve, and we're also doing a music video with him that same weekend. So pretty
new
dope,
song,
busy.
new song coming out in 9 days. 9 days.
Yeah, September 29th at midnight, it'll be out.
Hell yeah.
Dope. There's a pre-save link somewhere.
You can put it in my chat if you find it, but
I will put it in the chat.
yeah, dude, it's been like I know like I've been.
Oh no. Sorry, go ahead.
Jesus Christ. I know I've been trying to game with you. I know Hitman's been trying to game with you. You just been fucking so busy, dude.
Yeah, I just haven't really been into like even when I'm home, I just don't really feel like being on my computer recently. You ever get that feeling? You're just like,
Yeah, dude. I lived on my couch for months.
yeah, I just don't feel like it. Like it's I've been really into which is the first time in my life I've really been just going out and like doing things and like seeing people and doing stuff, and then like just to come home like after like going to like a music festival for a weekend or something, and just coming home and just sitting in my room by myself. It's kind of really depressing a little bit. So I've been trying to avoid that. Like when I get home, I've been trying to like do more things and be more motivated and play more music and stuff.
So what
It's
made
much
you
like
what
yeah, much
okay,
better.
so what changed the motivation for you to like I don't want to be antisocial in my room anymore. I kind of want to like go out and talk to people because I feel like you've always just been like the guy in his room.
Yeah, just doing more stuff with the band sort of motivated me to do that. Like we did this whole like ARC program thing that I told you about, but like we essentially went to like this like summer camp. It was like a Christian camp, but it was like really really nice, and it was meant for like 300 people, but there was just like maybe 40 of us there, and it was a bunch of industry people. So there was like a bunch of producers there, managers, like photographers, shit like that. There was a whole film crew there, and it was just us and like 15 other artists, which is actually where we met the band that we're backing up now. They were one of the artists there. But it was just a bunch of people. Like there was a couple of bands, but then mostly solo artists. Then we went there for a week and we just played music and we recorded like 2 songs while we were there that we like wrote there. And that was just really, really cool. And then when we got back, we were like, fuck, we're like super motivated. Like all these people are super dope and they're all like more successful than us. So it was like, fuck, let's like get on the grind and let's like, just like be motivated and actually do shit as opposed to like, okay, we played our gig. Let's just sit in our room for a week now until we have another gig, like let's actually like do shit, do as much as we can, which we're still trying to figure out what to actually do. But there's always stuff to find.
I love that you've like taken over like the white Jesus thing. Like that's so fucking awesome. When you sent me that, I was like, hell's yeah.
That's the vibe.
So do you have like multiple of the same outfit, or you just raw?
No, I need to get some more. Can't
you just go back to the same store and get like 3 more pairs?
Oh sure, yeah, but I want maybe different vibes sort of thing. I like the same color top and bottom, but maybe different colors top and bottom.
Okay, so you might not always go white Jesus. You might go like full orange or like full pink or like full yeah.
Exactly. Banksbrothers.com, the site cannot be reached. Is our website down?
No.
We did get an email about the domain a couple days ago. No, it's up for me.
Hold on, let me try too. Just
it's up for me.
Is it .ca or .com?
.com.
Yeah, it's up for me too.
It's up for me. Yeah, we good. Yeah, we got an email about the domain a couple days ago, but yeah.
That is that's good. So you've been streaming with Back to Workout. Are you feeling your stream, dude? Dude, people have been like, when you disappear, man, people fucking notice, man.
Not at all. I can't even think about streaming on my channel right now. No, honestly, like even the Back to Warcraft streams have been a little bit of a grind to get through. Not really been super digging it. I mean, it's obviously like a perfect sort of side hustle for the music thing. It's sick. I was just talking to Morgan about this actually like 2 minutes ago. But yeah, it's just been not really been enjoying it. I'll be honest. But maybe the motivation will kick in again soon. But yeah,
I think your head's just somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like it's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
It's okay to have your head somewhere else.
Completely different world. Yeah, completely different worlds. And then it's all of a sudden like, all right, let's talk about video games for 5 hours. But yeah, I just find when I'm casting, I just always want to be somewhere else. I'm just like, let's just get it over with a little bit.
Well, I mean,
which is
elephant in the room. I mean, you're doing NA law. That's a rough tournament nowadays, bro.
It does suck.
It's not great. Like it's not great. Nobody's playing it anymore. It's almost becoming like fucking EU LOL Cup.
Yeah, a little bit, and it's like, it's weekly cups are just sort of like that. I've always done weekly cups, right? So regardless of the quality of the weekly cup itself, like I've done these cups for 3 years now. Like I always, like when we started, I did the ESL cups. I did the, I was doing the skill cup. I was doing the gold, silver, bronze cups.
Did you do any GNL shit?
I did a little bit of GNL stuff for sure, but I've pretty much the majority of the work I've done on Back to Workout has been doing weekly cups, which now I got it worked out. Like I'm pretty good at like sort of organizing it and finding the right games and knowing the players and getting like figuring out a schedule on the fly and stuff for it. But like it's the same shit through and through. Like I can look at a bracket. Like I looked at the bracket today at the beginning of the day, and I predicted the entire bracket at the beginning of the stream. I've been doing that like half as a meme. Like, but it's like I did it today. Let's see if it ended up exactly as I said it was going to be. And that's just sort of the reality of every weekly cup. I think I did say that Old Maid Dad was going to beat AKM.
Yeah,
I think that was the one.
I think
thing.
that's the biggest upset. Yeah.
Yeah, every other thing, like I knew exactly what it was going to go.
AKM beat him in a best of 3.
2-0 him. He kind of owned him. He played good, dude.
Jesus.
He played good.
You think that Sword's style too, like being that aggressive, would just be like way too good for him? Dude, AKM's got that style though. If you don't know what to do, you're kind of just fucked.
Yeah. No, AKM played it really well. Like people sleep on AKM. He like these meme players. People sleep on them a little bit. Like Cass.
Yeah.
Kind of crushing. Like
he's another AKM player. Yep.
But he's like 2100 now. And he's like his micros. Like I played him a year ago. I've said this like softly on Back to Warcraft, but like I played him a year ago, or maybe a little bit over on like ladder and stuff, and he was like really bad. Like he did not micro his units. He would just like AFK 4 ghouls and just like forget about them, and you just get free kills the entire game. But then maybe he'd win because he'd have some cool fancy strategy. He'd beat players, a little bit over his MMR or something like that. But nowadays he's got like good strategies that are pretty well worked out, or good strategies But more so, his mechanics have improved a lot. Like he's not like slipping up and missing things, and he's actually like microing his units. He's not fully reliant on like these gimmicks sort of thing. He still does the gimmicks, which is cool because it makes him like a unique player. But he's actually like the MMR that he's gained is because of his mechanical improvements,
which is good.
which
I
is like
mean,
300 MMR too. Like he was 1800. You know, it's like I've never been 2100. That's way better than me.
yeah, it's pretty wild. He's
Yeah,
also like, listen, if you, I notice it too. Like I played in the tournament, I got destroyed by Belit, but Belit's 1750. Like I'm used
that's
to
Fat
playing.
Russell, right?
Is
I
that
think
Fat
that
Russell?
is. I think it is. Yeah, I think it is.
Oh, okay.
I always forget. Yeah.
But like I got destroyed, but it's also like, dude, if I kept playing like Kaz does, like Kaz will just keep signing up, then
Yeah.
the people that are way stronger than you, they get a lot easier. At least your MMR gets a lot easier. Like, do you believe in that? Like, do you believe if like you're 2K and you just played 2400s, like when you get down to playing 2Ks, it's gonna be like easy mode?
Yeah, it's kind of like taking weights off a little bit. I think
Yeah.
it's kind of true to an extent for sure. But there's some things like if a player's there's something like if a player's a lot better than you and you're grinding versus them, there's some places like states of the game you just never get to. Like if I practice against Hitman and Orkmir, there's sometimes you just you can't get to a certain place that you need to get to figure out the things like the intricacies
He
of that
beats you
state
too
of the
early, is
game.
what you're saying.
Yeah, because it's like when you practice against someone a lot better than you. I played Hitman not a ton, but like quite a bit. And it's like, say we're playing Orkmir, Blademir. The first step is, okay, how do I get past the first creep camp without being behind? And then, okay, how do I get level 2 Blade without being behind? How do I get level 3 Blade without being behind? How does my Shadow Hunter creep the first camp without being behind? How do I get level 3 Shadow without being behind? How do I get to 50 supply without being behind? And you're doing all these, and eventually you get like one game. You're like, okay, I'm 50 supply, 3 heroes. I managed to get a heal scroll. I'm ready, and then you fight and you lose without
Yeah,
killing
because
a
you've never
unit
had the
sort of
fight.
thing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes, dude.
but it's
Yeah.
just you're constantly trying to get to one more step, one more step, one more step, and then eventually after 100 games, you get to the 10-minute mark. You're like, okay, we have an even playable game, but you never get past that, and you always get past that against players that you're like evenly skilled with. You're always going, maybe not an Orkmir because Orkmir tends to be a shorter matchup, but you're always getting to the 12, 15-minute mark. You know?
Yep. No, I hear that for sure. I have that same thing. Like I never got to like late game destroyers versus like fucking what did they make? They make the dots now against like I never got to that with Belit, but like if I kept going
Yeah.
maybe, right? So you just there's just stages you don't get to.
Yeah.
Um
Exactly.
are you watching a lot of games or no?
No.
TP
No. The
League's on,
last
dude.
The last game I watched was I saw one game of Hawk vs Hitman because it was just happened to be on when I turned my phone on one night. I forget where I was. It just happened to be on. I watched one game. It was on Shallow Grave, Hitman against Hawk, and Hitman was super ahead, played pretty much perfectly, and then overcommitted into Hawk's main base, and Hawk killed his entire army with one Mountain King. And then Hitman eventually won, but it was 3-2. But
Jesus.
I saw that. That was literally the last game of Warcraft I watched, other than casting.
And that was like not recent.
War 3 Champions second weekend.
Oh my god, that was like a month ago, bro.
Yeah, I am not watching the game.
Dude, I gotta like reschedule Dust League too.
Which does? Oh, you're doing a new Dust League?
Yeah, like a third season. I did promise
Oh
3 seasons
shit.
this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was thinking like we start in like beginning of October. I got to give. Well, you just gave me some dates. I didn't remember them, but it looks like we could probably do one. Like I was thinking of
Yeah, I can
starting
give you
like
some specific dates.
like
Yeah.
beginning of October. I was starting with qualifiers, and then like I think like either it would end like right before Rah Rah, or we'd skip Rah Rah and then go into that. Dude, we did have a
Yeah.
fucking sick finals, man.
Yeah, it was kind of dope.
It was kind of dope.
Yeah, Pato got the dub. Doc finally went far. It was sick. It was a hype moment, which is you don't get many of nowadays. Like we had War 3 Champions, you had the Sock upset versus Happy, which was like extreme. That was a game I enjoyed casting for sure.
Yeah, that was good.
But you just don't get a lot of those. And same with the Pato against Duck series because Duck was actually like kind of cooking too, and then Pato managed to make it work.
Like it's actually like when Hitman gets eliminated and you like take away that final boss, it motivates the guys to actually play. Like I feel like we got guys that genuinely all wanted to win, all had the confidence like, dude, I can win this. And then
Yeah.
on screen it was like, dude, we had like a fucking great finals where let's be honest, like Hitman versus whoever normally is pretty resident sleeper, you know? It's like
Yeah,
a
it'd be
2-0,
3-0.
2-0, 3-0 and it's like, oh, but yeah,
Which
no,
is
that
so
was
much of what the scene is nowadays too. Like even War 3 Champions, when you get to the finals, it's like, oh my god, we had this sick upset, and then Moon vs Kaho. Kaho was supposed to be this up and comer. Wasn't it 4-1?
yeah, it was just not even close. I think like the biggest
Yeah.
upset was that was like not only Sock beating Happy, but then Sock just getting dumpstered by Kaho, and it's like fuck, the run just ends the next round. You know what I mean? Like you probably want to. Everyone was like looking at Sock, right? Like holy shit, this guy comes out of nowhere. But
Yeah. It's just one good day. I feel like a lot of the time in these tournaments, it's like the best player always makes it to the finals, but the second best player doesn't always necessarily make it to the finals. Like for weekly cups, it's the top two seeds always make it. But like in these big tournaments, it's like the best player is always making it there a lot of the time. But the player they're up against is not always the second best player. Like with that World Tour Champions, where it was like Happy, but then Labyrinth, and it's like, oh shit. Even though that was
yeah,
a great finals, it's like that happens a lot. It seems like it's never like the best opponent for this guy. Whereas other games, it feels like there's a lot more. It is the top two seeds that end up making there, which in a way is more boring, but then at least makes the finals itself less boring. Like the lead up, the matches individually in isolation are better, but the overall story is more boring. But fuck the story, kind of. Like, give me good matches. I don't know what you think about that, but
I don't know. I like the story part, but like the matches have to be good. I mean, like the
yeah,
Pato story was nuts. Like he eliminated Hitman from the groups, and
yeah,
then he beat every single person that I thought would be a favorite. He beat
yeah,
Haloa. He beat Razor Moon, who beat Insup, right? He
mm-hmm.
beat
Yeah,
fucking Duck. Like he beat all the people that were like, okay, well if Pato doesn't win, it's this guy, or if Pato doesn't win, it's
mm-hmm.
this guy, and in that case, it's story and good games. That's why I'm like, holy
Mm-hmm.
fuck! Like we actually had a Dust League that was kind of banging. But yeah, for the most part, it's like, oh, your favorite Happy gets upset, and now it's like, well, fuck! Like this is actually going to be a horrible final now, because you're going to
Yeah.
have Joe Schmo versus somebody. But there's players like in that region that are really good. Like, do you think Kyle's easily number two now at this point, or do you think
And
it's like
number two, Elf or number two player.
number two player?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen enough recently. Like I've been really impressed with him. Like, but we said the same thing about like Colorful when he was breaking out. Like this
Yeah,
guy is
yeah, we
sick,
did.
and nowadays he's kind of like, at least for the Asian scene, he's like a little bit of a meme. But I don't know. There's just not a lot. Players are just so wishy washy and stuff, and it's hard to know who's actually like motivated. Like it feels like a lot of the time when you see people perform badly, it's not because they're bad, but because they don't care nowadays.
Mm.
Whereas it was before where maybe there was a ebb and flow just because people actually improve. But it feels like the players that are motivated, they consistently stay good, and the players that aren't, they're just like disappointing, no matter how talented they actually are.
Yeah, I see that. I mean, there is like it's a lot of casual. Like, look at Hawk. I would say like Hawk's an example of just someone that's kind of lowered the bar to very casual,
Yeah.
and then his games are reflecting that, right? Like sometimes he has good runs, but like you're not expecting it. There's a lot of
Yeah,
players like that
yeah, like Hawk should be better than Dice on paper. Like
for
when
sure.
he was actually good, not right now because he hasn't put the work in, obviously. But like when Hawk has way more experience than Dice. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like he's Hawk, dude. Like he's in Europe, he was considered like the best for a lot. Like he was top tier European for a long, long time. Whereas now, is Dice considered top tier European?
God,
Like
I
really, is
think I
he?
think so, and it's crazy to think of. Like it's almost like that time where like the scene is dying, and it's like there's nobody really left, and Dice just kind of like earns the slot. I mean, yeah, he's a great player. He is a great player. But
Sure, yeah,
even recently, we've just seen stronger Europeans. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like the Hockey or the Exler, the Foggy, the Happy. Like, do I put Dice up there? It's fucking hard. But then it's like results wise, he's up there. So it's like, what do you do?
Yeah, again, it's like a motivation thing for Dice. I feel like too. Like when you first saw Dice on the scene, it was like, oh shit, this guy's like a Foggy player. Like he knows like everything he's doing. Like the first time that Dice like changed his name and started breaking through from whatever he was. What the fuck was his name before?
Stranik?
Uh, was it Stranik? Yeah. When he
Stranik.
first broke through as Dice, it was like this guy's doing everything right. He understands the game really, really well. You could compare him to like top tier Night Elves. Like he's doing the right strategies on the right maps. He has the right counters. He's playing as though he's up against top tier players at all times. He's not making a lot of mistakes mechanically. And then he just sort of slowly like dipped down after that, which again I feel like is a motivation thing. I feel like Dice has the
Mm.
capability to play at that super super high level, but like nowadays it seems like especially when he's playing players that are like above his pay grade, you just see like the decline and you see the mistakes sort of thing. But then when he's in a favored match, he just like sort of clicks in and like he wins, but he doesn't win like beautifully, you know. Whereas when he was first came on the scene, when he was winning, it was like that was a fucking sick
It was
game.
like
Like this guy's
styling.
actually
Yeah, he'd be
impressive.
like blocking the
Yeah.
DK, killing it, Yeah, I hear you.
Not even that necessarily. It was just like strategical. Like everything was correct at the right timing. There was no slip ups, and it was just like, okay, you win at 12 minutes because you're supposed to, because you're
Mm.
playing against a player worse than you, and you made no mistakes. But you just don't see that anymore. You're just like, okay, your opponent made more mistakes than you, which you know, obviously there's you could say like, oh, everyone's constantly making mistakes on both sides, but like you know what I mean. Like you can't micro 4 peons on your gold mine the entire game. We're not AIs, you know.
Yeah.
When I say like we played perfectly, everyone knows what I fucking mean. You know,
Do you have sticklers that fucking would like actually bring that up?
Raisman made that argument.
Oh, gee. Oh, yeah, that's right.
So I'm just touching that on right now, you know? Like obviously.
Comes with a caveat. Like, yeah, obviously it's not you know what I
We
mean.
know what we
Yeah.
say when we say perfect play. Okay. Happy doesn't play perfectly. Okay.
Yeah.
His ghoul got accidentally passed by a critter for 2 seconds. You know, fuck, not perfect. You know, like there's ton, and that goes many, many levels as well above that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is like that? I mean, Sky's playing. I don't even know if you've noticed that.
I
But
haven't seen it. I've seen a couple of those games maybe when we were like chilling on your stream, but
I watched him lose. Fuck, this is gonna take away a lot of credibility on the guy. Okay, but it was a 40-minute game. Okay.
oh fuck, barn burner.
Yeah. Autumn leaves against account create, and he
Mm.
did lose. So that put it in perspective of where Sky's at. Okay, because
What did
yeah.
account create play?
It was like the keeper.
First here, keeper.
Keeper
I
demon.
feel like human versus keeper on autumn leaves is solved by Sock. I feel like that is solved.
Mm.
I feel like what Sock did. I forget who it was. It was against Colorful, so you know you got to see it against Moon or something like that. But what he did was so sick. He insta expo 3 farm expo. He took some damage expanding against the keeper harass because what the keeper does is they creep their expansion on autumn leaves with their ancient of war position at the expansion. They build their tree of life, and then they go and harass you with treants, and you lose some peasants. But typically, what tends to happen after the initial harass is the keeper squeaks together level 3. The human builds footmen, and what the human does is they go forward and they lose all their footmen. Why they're losing their footmen is because they don't want to lose their peasants. That's the trade they make. You're either going to lose peasants or you're going to lose footmen. What Sock did is say, okay, I'm going to lose peasants, but I'm going to get to tier 2. But I'm going to keep a lot of my footmen alive. When he gets to tier 2, what does he have left over? A bunch of fucking footmen. So he gets defend. He has like 10 footmen left over. Whereas a lot of the time, like a Chaimiko in the past would have lost like 12 footmen, but lost no peasants. So their tier 2 sanctums, riflemen are all on time. But his sanctums, riflemen are all not on time, but he has a lot of footmen with defend. Picks up a panda at the tavern, goes to the tree of life, and just fucking right clicks it with 10 footmen. And he has a panda. So what can you do? Not repair the tree. The tree is guaranteed dead. And then you just snowball from there. Like it's so sick. I feel like that just fucks up keeper on autumn leaves. But I only saw one game, but I thought that game again perfect games. I feel like that was a beautiful perfect game, like that was like actually innovative. Not innovative in like a oh my god he went blood mage banish first and skipped his barracks and expanded sort of way. It was innovative in like a nuanced way, which is like obviously at this stage is what we have to do.
Yeah, Sky did not do that. But that's like I don't know.
Yeah.
That, it seems like a rough strat though. You're kind of like
Mhm.
you're gonna take a lot of damage, but you have to rely on that counterattack, and then you're relying on listen. We're going the distance, and then I'll get my macro going. So it's like,
Yeah.
are a lot of people gonna? People probably won't even look at that replay and see that as an answer. They're gonna look at that and be like, "What a shit show." You're saying it's an answer.
Yeah, like I think it was sick. I think it was sick. I would need to go back. I literally only saw the game the one time I casted it. It was in War 3 Champions, the same tournament that Sock had a crazy performance in. So then there's more, you know, to back that up. But it was sick. It was. I don't know if that might be standard. Like I don't like analyze games anymore. I don't like like I used to like download 200 replays every week and watch every single one of them when I was doing Theorycraft, and I would really understand every single detail. Nowadays I just sort of see it. I'm like, that's cool. Is that something that everyone's doing? And of course, everyone in this fucking scene will be like, of course, it's what we've been doing for like 5 years, man.
Yeah.
Don't you know? But really, they're just fucking talking out of their ass. But that was fucking sick and nuanced and beautiful.
So obviously, you know, Rot Land is a Back to Warcraft thing. You're on Back to Warcraft. You probably are getting a lot of people asking, like, are you going? I would assume that you are.
Yeah.
But I was gonna let you maybe like say it, like if you don't even want to, like if you don't know, you don't have to. But like I was gonna say that most likely it points to you are gonna go.
Yeah, most likely for sure. Obviously we're trying to book a tour for November, and music at this stage is always going to take priority. Obviously, that's why I've been casting less. But I mean, I've sort of told Neo that I am, so I think it's happening. It'd be really shit to back out right now.
Yeah,
Has the thought crossed my mind? Yeah, a few times.
to not go.
because yeah, a few
Yeah.
times, but like it's a commitment I think I gotta follow through on. I think so.
I was talking about this on my stream the other day because the qualifiers have been rough. I don't know if you've been watching, but like no.
Not at all. No
Okay,
clue.
so no, I'll be honest. Like no real good players that people want to see on LAN have been playing. No offense to who's been playing, but there's no Hitman, no Insup, no Duck, no. I think Say So playing the Asian one. I don't even know. Let me take a look real quick.
Probably.
Let
I
me take a
mean,
look real
Say So
quick.
doesn't mind the travel, right? Like I think Say So's a dude that's like, yeah, just give me a fucking free trip, dude. I'll go play. I'll practice for it. But like more so, I think Say So's just down to fucking
So
down to fly
Fish is the
out.
only one. Fish is the only one that's played.
Yeah, Fish is my dog, dude. He better be.
But so far in qualifier one, Pato and Fear. Okay. Qualifier two, Phil
Okay.
Boys. So three.
Pato's cool to see offline, for
Yes,
sure. Yeah,
I agree.
he's a great guy as well. He's very personable. I'm sure he's a good hang.
I agree. When
He's
I
gonna
say
get
like no,
fucked up,
when I
but
say nobody's good is playing, I'm not referring about Pato because I
yeah,
mean you just dethrone Hitman in one Dust League. You're number one in NA
yep,
right now, buddy. That's how it
yep.
works. Because Dust League is the fucking only league where you see who's good in NA. Is that right?
Based.
Based. And then obviously qualifier two was Phil Boys and Pokey. So Night Elf, Night Elf, Night Elf, Night Elf. But again, it's just like these
It's always
qualifiers
Night
are
Elf,
so.
dude. It's fucking Night Elf versus Night Elf, Night Elf versus Undead. Just fucking kill me, dude. I'm
Yeah.
so fucking jaded and tired of this shit.
But like, you know what? Like, I feel you, dude. Like, I feel these guys that aren't into going. Like, yes, Robberland is going to be sick. Yes, it's a free trip. Yes, it's gonna. You're. I think you auto win one. Do you auto win money when you go? Like, is it auto, or do you have to like go through?
I don't. Yeah, because I think if you win the qualifier, this is at least how it worked last year, if I remember correctly. You're automatically in the top 16.
Which means,
Therefore,
and they
get
pay
paid
this.
out.
They pay the top 16.
I don't think they just pay top 8.
Okay, but so here's the thing. If you're most likely from North America, okay,
Mm-hmm.
it's first of all, it's a 3-day weekend. Okay, if you can get off work, yes. It's a 12 to 18 hour journey there, and a 12 to 18 hour journey back, which means 2 of the 5 days. It's no longer a 3-day trip; it's a 5-day trip, and 2 of those 5 days are travel, which fucking sucks, right? It's like day and a half, day and a half. It's just it logistically. I get if players are like, it doesn't look good. Like I'm not into it. Like I do get it.
It's tough. Yeah, like my experience with it is like, obviously this isn't anything against Neo or his planning because it's really fucking expensive to fly people out from North
Right.
America and house them and feed them and all that shit, right? And he has to make it work scheduling wise and has to get the flight that's actually affordable to run the event. So it's like I get it, right? But like my experience last year was I had an 8-hour layover in London. So I flew to London, which is an 8-hour flight about from where I am. I had an 8-hour layover.
Wait, so
Busy
you got there and
fucking.
then you had to wait 8 hours for your next
I had
flight?
to wait 8 hours. Yeah.
Okay,
So
that fucking sucks.
yeah, and it's I'm trying to remember if this is exactly what I'm pretty sure was last year. Yeah, no, it was London again. Or maybe I didn't have the 8-hour layover last year. No, I think it was Sweden where it took me like 30 hours. But regardless, it takes a long fucking time. I think it was like a 4-hour layover last year, actually. Sweden was the 8-hour layover. But still, like I fly to London, takes like 8.5 hours. But I also have to take a ferry to the airport for me. So I wake up at 7 a.m., take the ferry, get to the airport for 9:30. My flights say at like 1 p.m. I get to Europe by whatever fucking time that is. But I'm already like 15 hours in by then. And then I take a transfer to Frankfurt, which is like a 3-hour flight, I think, something like that. I might be misremembering. I haven't flown a lot, so I don't remember. And then from Frankfurt, you travel to that big ass fucking airport, and then you get on a smaller plane, and then you end up in Hamburg, and then you
Jesus
get picked up
Christ.
by a car, and then you get driven to the hotel. And what did I have to do at the hotel? Well, obviously, everyone's in a panic running around setting shit up, so I'm helping them set up PCs. And then midnight strikes, and I've been up for like easily 26 hours and I'm like, okay, I gotta do the trivia now in the pub. So like I stay up to like 2 a.m. doing the trivia. I'm up all night, all day, dying, just want to go to fucking bed, but haven't slept. Do the trivia, go to bed, can't sleep because I'm overtired now and fucking like anxious and all that shit because that's just how I am when I travel. Maybe other people
Jesus.
aren't. Maybe they fall asleep, but like sleep like 4 hours, wake up in the morning. Okay, 12 to 14 hour day of casting, right? And it's like that's the reality of traveling from Canada, West Coast Canada, to fucking Hamburg. That's obviously the reality of it. But it's like that fucking sucks. Like I sleep 4 hours after traveling for like
Mm-hmm.
24 to 30 or whatever it would have been. Maybe it's a little shorter than that. And then I'm expected to cast 12, 14 hours. And I'm like, I can do it. I'll make it through. Obviously, I'm going to do my best to put on a good show, but like I'm fucking like fighting to not fall asleep the whole day. I'm not sitting there enjoying the games. I'm not sitting there putting my all into casting, doing the best job I can to cast. I'm sitting there literally not trying to fucking fall asleep on the desk.
You're fighting yourself.
Which
Like you're fighting like
yeah,
willpower to,
exactly.
yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, and it's like that every day because you never catch up after that. Or at least I never catch up for that. Whereas there's the luxury of living in Europe. They take a fucking 2 hour train ride
Yeah.
in there, and like I would love the experience to be able to cast when I'm not actually dying the entire time. But that's just always what it's going to be. That's what it was in Sweden, and that's what it was in Rotterdam, and that's what it's going to be again this
So
year.
the
It's going to be
flight,
me
like the
trying to
flight
not
burns you
die.
in both of them, Sweden and Rara. Like the
Sweden was worse because Sweden was the 8 hour layover. I was traveling 30 hours before I got to the hotel.
oh my god.
And I missed the dress rehearsal, or I forget what they call it. Is it dress rehearsal? I think, and I forget what they call it in
Yeah, it'd be
esports.
like
Rehearsal day.
rehearsal. Yeah,
I missed
rehearsal.
the rehearsal day, so I showed up just fucking cold to the studio, and they like showed me around, gave me like 10 minutes. Then you're in makeup, and then you're on camera, sort of thing. After 30 hour travel the day before, showing up at the hotel at midnight, and like waking up at 8 a.m. or whatever it was.
Yeah, but you fucking
So like
crushed though.
Sweden was the same thing.
Yeah, you crushed though.
Yeah, but like I would like the opportunity to be like imagine if I had to do an event like down the road, like just which is never
Right.
the reality. Obviously, there's no caster in esports, there's no caster in sports that ever has that luxury. That
Right.
doesn't happen unless you live in the city.
Well,
But like,
I
how
imagine that
great would
most
that
people do,
be?
right? Like if you're doing like
Yeah,
I don't know, like ESPN and it's in LA, you're probably gonna live in LA, right? But yeah,
yeah.
I mean
But I
our
can just
case,
never be at the quality that I want because I know how good I can do if I'm fresh and I'm given the time to prepare, which I obviously have the time to prepare. I always watch replays and stuff before, but like if I'm just able to be actually present in there as opposed to like I need to go get a Red Bull and take a nap for like 30 minutes in between this series, But the issue of Rotterdam last year, which I really really like doing this because I hate interviewing people. I hate it so much. Like on stage interviews makes me want to blow my brains out. It like ruins the whole event because I'm like anxious for it the whole time. I had the luxury, but it also wasn't a luxury of doing all the analysis, like the laptop analysis at the end of series. But the downside of that is you never get a break
yeah,
because you have to
you have
when
to
you're
be
not
on for
casting.
every game. Yeah,
I have to watch and I have to give them here's a clip. Here's a 30-second clip that I want you to pull out and put on this laptop so that I can then play it and analyze it after. I have to be present and watch for clips the entire time and watch because if I don't have anything, I have to be like, sorry guys, fucked up. Good luck with your interview. So like you don't get to lay down for 30 minutes if you're doing that. Whereas if you're just casting and doing interviews, you get to lay down for 30 minutes. So I sort of, even though I do really enjoy doing the analysis, I love doing the desk stuff. Like that's my favorite thing. More than casting, I love doing the analysis. But because that's what I love to do, I don't get a break on top of it. So then again, it just keeps on going and keeps on going, and it just lowers the quality of what sort of what I know I can do.
that is the best gig though, because if you could just watch
Yeah,
the game and
love it.
then you just critique, and it's
Yeah,
like it's just your word. You know what I mean? Because you're what's for dinner. Yeah, that's got to be the best part. That's what I loved about
yeah,
like when we were doing DreamHack was like in the middle of games when we would just shoot the shit about the games and give our takes,
yeah.
and that was by far the most like entertaining thing because I didn't know what you were gonna say. I didn't know like
Yeah.
because we were pretty into it too. We were passionate about it. Like we were pissed off when players didn't play good.
When we first started, it was like very and like yeah. Even it's just been recently that I've sort of been like on, but like yeah, like back then for sure we were like let's fucking prove ourselves and let's fucking do good. So
Yeah.
we were fucking fully in. Like like I said, I was watching every replay. Because this is before War 3 Champions, you could down. I was watching every replay on War 3 Info, every single one, always.
Jesus.
Not of the shit players, but like of the good players. I was watching every single one, just like trying to figure out the game and learn it, so that I could do exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, you. I think you crushed Sweden. Watching you was fucking. I was like, Jesus Christ. I didn't know that you were off. Well, until you told me. But you're
Yeah,
like, I'm so
I
fucking
was
tired.
dead.
But
Yeah, I was dead.
I thought you were great, dude. I was like, holy fuck,
Yeah.
this guy's killing it.
Adrenaline
Rowerland.
can get you so far, but
Yeah, I mean, but you know, like you're the type of guy that you'll plow through it. You know what I mean? You'll eat shit in the trenches and you'll be fine. That's the type of guy.
Yeah,
you are.
yeah,
But
exactly.
yeah, no, I think the besides that horrific traveling thing you just explained, I do think Robertland is going to be fun. I do have a
And it
ticket.
is like you get to hang and go to the bar afterwards, but it's like, I go to the bar or do I just go up to my room and just try to sleep?
Yeah.
For the 8, 10 hours, whatever. It's not
Yeah.
that early call times. It's not that bad because like Rotterdam was in the hotels all there. It's like the call times weren't awful. In Sweden, there was an hour drive to the venue or like a 45-minute drive to the venue. But
Yeah, I don't
Rotterdam was
know.
pretty chill for that.
I don't know yet, like where the hotel is in relation to the venue or like what the gist is going to be.
I think they're side by side. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm just going off what Neo I think said publicly. I don't privately. I don't know either, but
Okay.
I think they're side by side. I think.
But yeah, I think it's gonna be sick. We still don't even I don't know. We still don't even know if Hitman's gonna play. He did say that he would play if you played Baldur's Gate 3 with him, though.
Which I told him I would do tomorrow after band practice.
So I mean, Hitman playing Rubberland is it's all in your hands.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think it's gonna be great. I think Long Walk's gonna be there. There's a lot of people that are going, like Pato, Forks, a lot of people that I want to see. I got a ticket, so I'm like debating, but for me, it's like I'm dealing with the long travel. It's a 3-day weekend that I need 5 days for the travel and ship.
Yeah,
it's probably gonna cost me I think the flights there and back is like 1,000, and then I haven't even got a hotel yet. I haven't drank. It's gonna cost me a pretty penny.
Yeah, it's expensive.
It's expensive 3-day weekend. It's like fuck.
You definitely gotta get travel insurance because you might get stabbed there.
Yeah, true. There's always. I mean, dude, I've been thinking about that. I mean, my anxiety of fuck, I can't go to the fucking. Maybe I can't go to the bathroom.
I'll just constantly be standing in front of you because no one's gonna kill me.
Like, hey Todd, can you walk me to the bathroom or something like that?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Todd will have your back. Todd always has everyone's back. Todd's a G, dude.
Todd's a homie, but I mean, other than that, I do think it would be fun.
Yeah.
But it's I mean, even just weighing it, it's tough. And then we saw that with DreamHack Anaheim, right? We saw the Europeans, not a lot of Europeans came, man. I don't blame them.
It's very start of COVID. I literally had COVID at that event.
Yeah. I got COVID, I think, on my way home.
Which I don't think there was any testing yet for, and you were allowed to.
It wasn't even a thing. It wasn't even a thing
yet.
It
wasn't even a thing yet at that time, just to preface that. But I literally, the symptoms were COVID when I was there, and everyone got sick.
Yeah, I think I flew out of LAX, and then the next week LAX was shut down from COVID. So it was
exactly. It was right fucking before. Yeah.
It was the next week, which was pretty nuts. So yeah, Rubberland, you're probably in, which is good. You should be there. It's gonna be fun. I fucking hope people start playing this weekend, for qualifiers. I hope they reach out. If you're I know you don't need to, it's NA, who gives a shit? Fucking Happy's gonna win anyway. But I hope if you're an admin or something, just reach out and just ask if people are gonna play. It goes a long way. I have to do that for Dust League. I have to ask everybody, or they won't play. Oh, dude, I was gonna say I had an idea, and I wanted to run it by you. I was driving to work, laughing my ass off yesterday. Yesterday? Yeah, literally yesterday. So Hitman gets eliminated in the groups. He's not in the round of 8. He does not get an auto slot. Do I make that motherfucker play qualifiers?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I wanted to do. Yeah, I was you know what? I'm not going to give him an invite slot. Obviously, the way it works is we have 8 people move on.
Although that is pretty fucking boring. That might actually incentivize people to not play because they're just going to get that nullifies a qualifier.
Well, no, there's 3 people that go through.
Yeah, it nullifies a qualifier.
It's 1 slot.
Sure, and then someone else gets the invite. Sure, yeah.
If you lose to Hitman in the semis and you don't get in, and then
Hitman's not going to lose the qualifier. He could play with one hand and not lose the qualifier.
No, but I did think it would be a little fucking, you know what I mean, little slap on the wrist for him, hey, don't show up late, don't fuck up your group. But then there's the catch-22, right, where he goes, if you don't give me an invite slot, I'm not playing.
Yeah.
Right? Fuck you. He might put
I don't think he would do that.
The Uno reverse. It's definitely in my mind that he might Uno reverse me, but I think
maybe. It would be hilarious.
The DM that he sends me to Uno reverse and say jokes on you, I'm not playing, would be worth the prospect of him playing the qualifiers. You know what I mean?
True.
I think it'd be worth it. And also, if he's not in, then everyone's super pumped. It's okay, if you don't want to play, it's gonna suck. I don't know how I'm
Maybe
gonna.
Cruncher signs up.
I don't think that guy's coming back.
Cruncher would fucking win if Hitman wasn't playing. I tell you that. He would. He would side up and fucking win.
That guy does not need a lot of time to get back. He doesn't need a lot of time to get back to like the top of NA right now, even.
No,
You know,
he would destroy everyone in 3 hours of ladder. He would destroy everyone.
you think it would take him like like one day? I said like if the tournament's on Saturday, he just needs a Friday.
Yeah, because with prep, he beats Hitman in a best of 7. You know.
Yeah, and prep is like a week or two, but he
Yeah.
fucking dude. I was saying that on my stream too. I was like watching that. They're like, oh wait, 10 grand prize pool. First place is 7,000. Oh,
Such
okay.
a G move, dude.
Oh,
Such a
okay.
G
And
move.
like we saw behind the scenes that Cruncher was taking it so seriously. I'm sure Hitman was too, but
Well, he's practicing
Cruncher
with Todd and stuff. Like Todd was prepping him.
Cruncher
It
was
sick.
dialed in, and I don't
Yeah.
think Hitman really knew how dialed Cruncher was. That final was so sick.
And the greatest pop off of this era of Warcraft ever.
Huge.
Yeah.
Like a
Like
genuine
the era, like the our like us casting era of
Yeah,
Warcraft, let's
I
say,
think
or
so.
like the W3IL era of Warcraft, let's say, from there on, you know.
Yeah. Like the hugest pop off. Fucking
Yeah.
totally deserved it. Yeah, that was sick. That was sick. And you know what? He is the only NA player to win a tier 1 tournament.
Fucking
Because
legend.
all the other DreamHacks were under 10K, which were tier 2.
Liquipedia is all that matters.
Liquipedia,
motherfuckers.
yeah, the Liquipedia
It's all that
points.
matters.
Yeah, it was so sick, yeah. But I mean, Cruncher's not coming back. He's
And that's you know what? That's all that people are fucking checking. That's what I've been telling people for the NA LOL signups. Like, fucking, if you're trying to make a name for yourself at all, the only thing people are gonna look at in 10 years when this fucking game is in the dust is they're gonna Liquipedia, whatever Liquipedia,
Yeah.
Slay Day 2000. You know,
Yeah,
it's a random name in chat.
what's your
But like,
earnings? Yeah.
what's your earnings? That is your value. They're not
Yeah.
going to go War 3 info and look at your tournament stats. They're going to go and they're going to look at the money and they're going to be like, this guy won, 500K. He's fucking sick. This
Yeah.
guy won $600. Was he ever relevant? And that $600 could be like an excellent player. That $600 could be like fucking. It could be like Hawk or something. Obviously, Hawk has like 100,000 or something like that.
Right,
Like
right,
it
right.
could be like a legendary player because that's just how these things work. That's all that fucking. If you're looking to fucking make a name and be remembered, if you care about that, some people will, lots of people won't. That's all that matters. And like I say it as a meme, but that's true. That's all
so
that
fucking
matters
true.
is your Liquipedia earnings.
When they were doing this, the voting thing, back to work, I was doing the popularity contest thing. I didn't know many names, and I would look up their Wikipedia, and it'd be like 8 grand, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
like you were kind of banging for your time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I'd look up another one, it was like 30, and you literally go like, pff, like you ain't shit, like you know what I mean? Like you were a jobber.
Exactly.
So it's like
Yeah.
huge, yeah. Dude, we care so much. That's such an NA thing to say. Like what are your earnings? Like you haven't won shit. Like, oh, that's so NA. I love
Hey,
it.
we're just more upfront about it.
That's true. You think other people, like everyone does it?
Everyone cares. Everyone goes back and watches stream VODs when they beat a streamer. Everyone does that shit, motherfuckers. Everyone goes back and watches their own replays when they have a good win. Everyone does it, all right? Don't tell me you don't. Can we take 2 minutes so I can get wine?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a drink too.
All right, baby. Yep. Sitting here quietly till he gets back. I'm not saying a goddamn word.
intermission there, but yeah. So you're just doing the fucking band thing and shit, dude. I've been streaming so fucking much.
Really?
I'm like addicted.
I tell you, I haven't watched it. I haven't watched it. I actually haven't watched Twitch. Like,
that's good.
From the time I've said like I haven't been into like being, I used to literally like sit in my room and I'd watch Twitch. Like I'd turn off the stream and I'd watch Twitch for like 8 hours. Like I have not done it. I just haven't done it.
And you're home too.
Like,
you're home.
Yeah, I went to bed the other night and like I was gonna watch should watch YouTube or something. I literally listened to music until I went to sleep.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Watch any good shows at least?
Shameless.
Oh, you're still going? Okay.
Dude, I'm only on like season 3. I've been watching like a very little.
You know what I've been watching is
go ahead. Also True Detective.
True Detective. Dude, I'm watching Alone.
Oh, that's in BC the first season.
Yes, it is. And I've watched the first season, really liked it.
Love
and
that
there's
show.
so many seasons, and I get them, and I'm really into that fucking show.
Tell the people about Alone. This show's fucking lit.
Alone is basically a show, guys, where you have 10 items. You get to pick what kind of weapon you want, like a tent. You can bring I think people bring like flint sticks for fire, like a right? And basically you're alone. Like you have to set up your camera and all the footage is just you out in the woods. You have like a fucking emergency button if you want to go home, but like they can't get you till the morning and you're just like out in the woods. Like I think like season 1 was in Vancouver Island and like up island, like way up, like in the jungle, dude. And
Which is where I live, for reference, the island I live on.
And like there's just bears like knocking on your tent, like it's so surreal. And obviously people don't know this. It's not live. It's like splintered later. Dude,
they have to film it themselves. That's another thing on top of it. They have to film the whole thing. They leave them with camera equipment. They have to film themselves there.
Yeah, and I love it, dude. There's one guy, like season 1 was cool because you get later on in the seasons, people start copying what the other guys were doing in previous seasons, right? So season 1 is always season one is always just going to be raw, right? Because I mean, really, what are they copying? They're copying like Survivor players or some shit, right? Dude, this guy was like collecting minnows in like a little water bottle that he found offshore and like eating that for breakfast. The guy lost like 130 pounds. I think he was like 120 days and he won. But dude, this one guy, like, it's so funny because the way they splinter it sometimes is like they build characters of these guys. Like this one guy was so cocky. He was like, I'm a survival expert. Like his headline was survival expert. You know how they say like teacher or whatever? It was survival expert, right? And I think they did it on purpose because he's like, yeah, you can't drink this water, guys. You have to filter it first. And normally you filter it with like boiling it or whatever, right? And he's like, I don't have a way to boil it right now. He's like, so I'm
Gotta
going
bring one of those straws, dude. Those fucking straws are lit.
What straw? There's a
It's like
filter straw?
There's a filter straw, yeah.
I don't know how long that would last.
Yeah, I don't know how it works,
but anyway, they splintered this guy. He's like, you think he's like a G, right? Like he's out there, he's collecting water, and he's like, you can't drink it right now, but if you dump it through or filter it through algae, the algae will clean it. And I'm like, holy shit, this guy's like a legend. And he's like filtering the water, and he's like, okay, guys, now it's drinkable. And he's like killing it. Like he was like the third one to leave, right? The island. This guy's like legend. And then he just gets so sick, and he turns on the camera, and they splinter it, and he's like, the water was not clean, and he's just like so sick, and you're watching this guy like build himself up like, yeah guys, this is what you're gonna do, and then he totally fucked up, and it was just, I was howling, just dying.
Well, at least he did good. That'd be funny if he was like the first eliminated and that happened.
Oh, there's like a first day, like I think one guy, it was like nighttime first day, and he like heard a wolf, and he's like, nope.
I remember that guy.
Yeah, that was season 1. It was literally 7 hours in or something like that. Like he got dropped off at 5, and by midnight he was gone home. Like it's just so funny. Dude, I wouldn't last I don't know how long. How long would you last?
Some seasons they go like a year and a half.
Really?
Like, just there. Yeah, dude. Like it's nuts.
Because there's 2 guys just going?
Yeah, no, I think I depending on what I had, I could probably go like a couple days, but like
I don't know, like I would like I'm not like, dude, if I go camping with my buddies, like they set up the tent, you know what I mean? Like I'm not
exactly.
Like I'll help you, like where do I put the stick? But like I'm not a outdoorsy guy.
No, me either.
I actually hate
like
camping. So it's like the thought of surviving is just, I don't think I can do it.
I don't mind it, but like the only time like I camp is like, I think the last time I slept in a tent was like a music festival like 2 years ago. Like I don't do it a lot.
Yeah.
I don't mind it though. You sit by a fire, you do a little acid, you get crazy. It's fun.
Oh yeah. I mean, we definitely had the pops going and edibles. I've been getting into edibles, dude. I've never been a pot guy, but like edibles are delicious, man.
They're different. They're a different vibe. I haven't smoked weed since like the 12th grade, but like They are like a different. It's like a different thing. It's like two different drugs in a way.
Yeah, like my buddy, he basically he grows his own and then he gives like the crystal plants to his like wife or something, and she makes these edibles.
You
So
know, you
they're
can just buy them, right?
yeah, I know, but listen, it's free. They go, do you want some? We have too many. Like they made like 10
Yeah.
dozen. And they're like, do you want
Yeah.
like 2 dozen? I'm not going to say no to free shit. Okay. I love free shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'm not really an edible guy. I think the last time I did edibles was at a Blue Jays game. And I had 3 20-milligram sour keys combined with a lot of booze. And I was literally making my peace with God because I thought I Bon Scotted myself. I'm like, I'm going to die. That's it. It's been fun.
I don't actually know what 20 milligrams is for pot. I don't get that.
Well, it'd
That
be
doesn't-
60 milligrams because I had 3 of them. They tasted really
Yeah,
they're just
but I
sour
don't.
keys.
Like, I don't have any reference for that because I don't. Yeah, because like when I was smoked weed in like the 12th grade, we didn't know milligrams. That
Right.
was like pre-dispensaries.
It's a lot. It's a lot if you're not a smoke
dispensaries are
guy.
a thing.
It's a lot. And basically I drank a lot too, and I thought I was gonna die. So I've always been very weary of I literally was like I passed out in a bush in Toronto and I'm like, this is it. And my buddy from like it was a work trip, and my buddy from work, who's a beauty by the way, he got kicked out because he was trying to steal beer from the fucking
Nice green room.
from the tent. You know what I mean? Like the beer thing.
Oh, because it's a Blue Jays.
It's a
game,
Blue
right?
Jays game, right? So they got like the beer carts, whatever. He's trying to steal beer from the beer cart. He gets kicked out. So I get kicked
Hell
out because I'm literally like projectile vomiting. I'm all fucked up. And then I was like, I told the cops like, because they were like, I thought they were gonna drunk tank me, right? If I said I was not from there. So I was like, yeah, I'm local. I could just walk home. And they're like, okay, get out of here. I was like, thank God I said I'm local, because if I said I wasn't, they would have drunk tanked my ass in Toronto. And
Wait,
like,
have you been in the drunk tank before?
no, have
No,
you?
me either. No, I've had lots of friends that have been in there multiple times.
I don't want to go. Okay,
Like you'll know when I say friends that have been in there multiple times. You know who I'm
yeah,
talking
I know
about.
exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Dude, I got a pretty face and a little tight butt. I don't even want to be in the drunk tank. Okay, never
It's
mind.
not like that,
Dude,
They
I
just
don't
give you a
know.
cell and they give you, like, if you're lucky, they give you a mattress. And
I thought it's
you
the
just wait it
open
out.
concept, and it's like 10 of you.
No, it's not like TV shows, as far as I know. At least not here, because it's a small town. Like, it's not you're with like a bunch of people. Maybe if you like downtown Toronto, sure, maybe, but I don't know. Yeah.
I only know movie references, and I know Shia LaBeouf when he said he was in the drunk tank, and they gave him McDonald's sandwich in the morning.
Yeah.
But so anyway, I've been very weary about edibles, and my buddy's like, hey, do you want some? And I'm like, well, yeah, I'll take some. And then I just like drunk tank is chill. I don't know, but I just like, yeah. And then I take like one, you know what I mean? I'm gonna like not microdose. I'm just gonna take one and see what happens. I'm home, I'm off. It doesn't matter, right? That's the way my life works. If I got nothing to do, I literally have nothing to do. And I think that's why I'm addicted to streaming, is because I got nothing to do for the next 36 hours. I can just do a 10-hour, 12-hour stream. Like,
It's fun though. You get to chill with people. You get that. Yeah, you get a little bit of money. Yeah, it's not too bad.
yeah, it's going really well. Like I have, so Butt Crumbs is now like a full-time juicer.
Yeah, Buck Crumbs is a G. Dude,
He's a
for
G,
sure.
man. He's
Well, he's
super
not
cool.
just a juicer. He's actually kind of dope. Which
Yeah,
is
he's
sick.
super
like,
dope.
He gifted me, like, I checked my Twitch like randomly when I was away. He gifted me a tier 3 sub to some random streamer. He gifted me a sub to Doom Train. Like, he just I'm not
Yeah.
even watching Twitch, bro. He's gifted me sub. Like, he gifted me a tier 3 sub to a streamer I will never watch ever.
Yeah, did you get that Pika gift?
That's the tier 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. Yeah, it's a great stream, by the way. I would watch that one.
All right.
But yeah, like I talked to Butt Crumbs too, like outside of streaming. He's a super cool guy. It's nice
cool.
to I didn't really know. Like, we're gonna go on a tangent here, but
Well,
like,
he was Carson's mustache.
yes, he was. Yes, he was.
And so he was like, I knew him obviously before he gifted, because it's easy to be like, oh, you gifted 1,500 subs back to Warcraft, you're sick, dude. But like before, like I knew him before. He was dope.
Yeah, he's super dope. And like I'm just like, I didn't really know when I came back. Like, you were there for like every decision I made since I've come back. You know what I mean? Like, there for like, I'm not sure, whatever. Been very anxious. Like, I've had huge anxiety about coming back to stream. And like, it's been cool having people
Obviously, if people could like shoot an arrow through their computer screens right into your heart, they would.
Yeah, but that hasn't been the case. Like, that's what I'm trying to explain. It's been so cool, and guys are so genuine, and I think I've built a channel where people can just be honest. If you don't like me or you do like me, I'm not going to ban you. Like, it's very cool. And then like, I think I just have a better connection with people that watch my stream. You know what I mean? And it's cool. And like, I like to get to, I mean, I have nothing else to do. What are you doing? Like, hey, do like, can I stream tonight? I'm like messaging people that are regulars in my chat sometimes, and like, what do you want to see and shit. And I think I've been so fucking tripping balls. Like, I don't know if you do this on your channel. Like, are you just okay with laddering, or do you feel like you need to be doing something?
That's the issue with Warcraft streams, is the sort of lack of innovation, but also innovation doesn't always sort of pay off. Like I feel like for me, laddering is like if I ladder the entire time, I get the most viewers. If I ladder and I stay chill, I get the most viewers.
You like to do that too. You like to fuck up your camera. You like to like be. I find you have a mysterious. You're Mr. Mysterio when you stream. You know what I mean? Like that's your shtick.
I do everything I can to keep my sanity when playing ladder for 5 hours straight because
and the chat would like fuck you up. Chat would fuck you up.
I close chat. And I close my OBS when I get into a game a lot of the time.
Really?
I don't read it. Yeah, I don't read it.
Is that
and
because you can't?
I
like,
don't.
Why though? That seems really drastic.
No, because it's about the quality of play. Because I'm actually when I am playing, like when I stream Warcraft, like I'm not bullshitting. I'm not doing it just because I want to make money.
Okay.
Or, like that's like if I wanted to make money and wanted to get subs, I would do way different shit on my stream. It would be way different. But like when I am streaming, it's because I really enjoy playing the game and I'm trying to improve at the game. So I do everything I can. The streaming is a cool little side thing, and it motivates me to play more, and it keeps me accountable for playing consistently. But when I am streaming, it's because I actually want to improve at the game, which only happens in like 2 weeks every year. But that's why I'm doing it. So when I close the chat and I close my OBS and I don't look at the chat after I lose a game, a lot of the time it's to keep the play as good as it can be, which isn't great, but like it's better than it would be if I was reading the chat.
So you like to do very serious.
I don't know how he does it, but
you like to go serious.
Yeah, I try to win. Yeah, I try to win.
It's pretty cool. Thanks for the follow. See, I was like that too, and it was driving me insane because I was also.
But you also like suck way more than me.
Yes, no, I'm fucking. Yeah. So one, I'm fucking horrific.
Yeah. Yeah.
2, I have this game plan in my head that how I'm going to play this game in this matchup.
Yeah.
And then, you know me, I just deviate for no fucking reason. And then 3, I'm reading the chat. Yeah. And then now I've just wasted 2 hours.
People aren't watching your stream for the gameplay though. You know, like for me at least, it can be like.
Dude, I didn't know that. I didn't actually know that. I'll call it imposter syndrome. I honestly would turn on my stream and I would have no idea why anyone was watching me. And then like
exactly. Yeah.
Like I don't get it. I don't think I deserve it. Whatever.
They're watching because you're chilling out and you actually respond to people. Like at least for my stream, at least there's enough shitty players that watch Twitch.
Right.
That I at least seem good. I'm not good to an actual player, but at least to the shitty players, I seem like I really know what I'm doing.
For me, I'm probably worse than 90% of my chat. Like I know that. Like there's a lot of plebs, but they've never played, so of course I'm better. Yeah. But for the most part, like if someone comes in, chances are they're like 1500, which is still way better than me or whatever, right? So, but yeah, I had this huge thing. Like if I wasn't doing Dust League, I didn't want to stream, and I don't know what it was. I just bit the bullet. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna stream. And then I had people like message me, and they're like, because I would message like regular people and be like, hey man, what do you want to see? Because I don't know what to do. Like I was very genuine, the OGs, you know what I mean? I'm like, what do you want to watch? Like really? And they were just telling me like, dude, I don't care what you do, just do what you want to do. And I was like, really? It's really like I was stressing myself for no reason. Like I can just do whatever I want, and like they don't care. It was like, holy fuck. Now I'm like addicted. I could do like nothing. I could do something. I could watch. I could play. I could do whatever.
Well, I think what you do a lot is you actually have conversation with the chat, which is obviously for the way I do my streams impossible.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, but for what you do, even when you're playing or if you're watching games or whatever, you can actually have a coherent conversation, because all that chat is a lot of the time is obviously we're gonna do that right now. We're not responding to shit what people are saying.
Right. Yeah.
But like
it'd be weird to like just like cut you off and read the chat right now. But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, but like a lot of what it is just keeping up a topic. Like it's not necessarily like a back and forth conversation, but it's just a topic that people can comment on, and then you add to it, and then they can comment on it, and then you add to it, and then you comment on it. You know.
I just think like the craziest thing is like yeah, okay, you can be genuine in my chat. I want you to be yourself. I want you to have fun. I want you to like literally, if you're having a shit day, whatever, I want you to tune in and just fucking like forget about that. That's what I want my stream to be. I want you to be like whatever, you could just let go, because that's what I relied on years back, was these streams are gonna fucking make me forget what's going on in my life, right? Like the GTA streamers. Like I fucking owe the last 2 years of my life to fucking like Buddha and all those GTA guys, because I can just get lost in their world and forget about what's going on in my world, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I want people to do, because it fucking works, man. Like it actually works when you need a distraction. And it's fucking like, it's crazy. Like I streamed, I don't even know if you know this, but like I streamed the other day, Buttcrumb's like donated so much, and he's like, fall asleep in your chair. I'm like, okay. And then he's like, fall asleep in a chair in the clown costume.
I heard somebody say that. I heard somebody say that in the Dust chat because I read the Dust chat still, obviously.
Yeah.
But I didn't see the stream.
So I have 50 viewers, right? It's been an okay stream. It's been a great stream. I have 50 viewers. Now I'm dressed in a clown costume. I'm going to sleep in a chair. I know that even if I can't get sleep, when I wake up, I'm going to have 5 viewers. Like, I understand, right? Like, this is just, it's for a laugh. It's for a gig. Nobody is going to fucking watch this for more than 1 second. They're going to have their laugh. They're going to dip out, right? So I barely sleep. I was like laughing. Pierre was fucking with me too. Big shout out to Pierre. He like stayed the whole time. It was hilarious.
Legend.
But I was literally like in the chair, could barely sleep, fucked up. I wake up. Apparently, I peaked at like 380 viewers. I'm pretty sure I got view botted, but I peaked at 380. And when I woke back up in 4 hours,
380 is crazy.
It was
definitely. Were you just chatting or were you Warcraft?
It was Warcraft. I wanted like the Warcraft thing to see me in the chair and want to watch, right? Like I want Warcraft people to watch me for now. Yeah. But also like when I woke up, I was still at 50. Like I'm like, why? It was like such an eye-opening experience. I'm like, why am I stressing myself up about doing shit, trying to build like serious things or bust? Because that was my streaming thing. I got to do this for real. It's going to be organized. I'm going to put some money into it.
I don't think I think it does need to be content, but it doesn't need to be like well thought out necessarily. I think it needs to be something. There needs to be some focal point on it. Like he's sleeping, is he going to wake up? Is he going to snore? Is he going to fall out of his chair? Like there needs to be some focal. It doesn't necessarily need to be high quality or professional.
Yeah, I think like people wanted me to like fart or something like that. That wasn't really the case. Like I'm not sure.
They want like your dad to walk in and like slap you around.
And I told them, I told like my old man, I'm like, you can come in, like you can do. This is what I'm gonna do. Like if you see me, that's what I'm doing. But like also, you know what I mean? Like if you see me in the chair, I am streaming, right? Because I think you should tell people in the house that you're streaming at all times. Obviously.
Yeah, I always yell at it.
Just in case some real personal shit comes out or whatever. But it was just wild, and I had this huge like come together where I was like, why am I stressing myself out, dude? Just stream and have fun. And like now I'm like addicted. Like I don't care if I do, like yesterday I worked nights. I woke up, I had like 2 hours of time, right? All I wanted to do was cook a steak, eat it really quick, and turn on my stream just for 2 hours. Like I don't care. I don't care who tunes in. Like I just want to watch. And dude, the Flow TV, I fucking love watching Flow TV games. I can just 1v1
you've always liked watching games though. Yeah, exactly.
I love it. Like, I could do that all fucking day. You're telling me I could just... I mean, there's some hours where the games are fucking horrific. But if I can, like, find a good time... Yeah, man, you just got back-to-back-to-back games? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's great. I was just like... Yeah, so right now, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, you're so anti-streaming right now. I am complete opposite. You are, like, so anti-chat on your stream, and I'm, like, complete opposite. Like, I don't give a fuck about trying hard in ladder or whatever. I did try in that tournament today. Like, if it's a competition, I will try. You know, I'll do my best. Yeah. I wanted to beat B-Lit. I didn't think I ever would. I was happy with, like, the 9-minute thing or whatever. It was a 9-minute game. And I watched the replay, too, and I saw the holes. Like, I just got outplayed. I'm fucking, you know what I mean? I'm out of practice and shit like that. But
1750 is not bad. Like, what race is he?
He's Night Elf.
Yeah, like, he could take games off me.
Yeah, he like gave me so much space too. Like I don't think he gave a fuck. Like he wasn't
1 in 10 just to be fucking accurate, but he would take games off me.
He was not worried about me at all. He gave me so much room to play and shit. And then the first fight I just got owned. But it's like, do I think I can beat him? Maybe if I practice, if I actually gave a shit. But like, why? Like just have fun. You know what I mean? I used to stress out, dude, about
Did
losing.
you stream the game?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I used to stress out about losing to Pato in a back to Warcraft NA law. Can you believe that? Like I used to like put on a good music and I used to like fucking like, okay, here we go. Like sit down and like, I'm like, should I have the mic? No mic. And it's like, did you miss the plot? Like I think I was just missing the plot on what my channel should be, you know?
Yeah, well, it depends if you want to actually, if you're more focused on the stream or you're more focused on the actual game and the improvement and stuff like that, you know? Like if you're just focused on the stream, then fuck it. Who gives a shit? Like if there... Like no music is probably best, you know. Like when I go on your stream and I hear your fucking shitty ass fucking music.
Yeah, but you're dude. Like
I want to turn it off.
What's shitty music, man? I've been trying to play the Wub Wubs. Like I'm trying to get some fucking.
So bad.
I played Half Moon Run the other day. People were hosing me. I'm like, it's Half Moon Run, man.
Yeah, it's acquired taste. Are
you gonna see them?
Are they in Victoria?
New album, yeah. They're on tour, yeah. I sent you dates, but like,
no, probably not.
I'm not gonna.
City Colors playing here.
Really?
You know who's opening for them? Ruby Waters.
Oh, okay. Dude, I really
We were like,
her.
fuck, we could have that slot. That's what Margo was saying the other day. It's like, fuck, we could actually open for City Color.
You probably could. If she could. She's a little bit bigger, though. She's much bigger.
She is much, much bigger. But
and
like,
she crushed. She crushed.
Yeah.
Like, because we were, like, she was on when we were like with your mom and shit. And I was like, you were just getting approached by all these girls, dude. And I was like, my man. But then I was also like, dude, Ruby Waters over there is fucking killing it. She would crush.
She was
dude.
good.
Yeah, she was
good.
great.
Yeah. She was good. But like, yeah, she's a lot bigger than us. But it's like, oh, it's within grasp. You know, like we played within one slot of each other. You know, like that is. And I fucking love City and Color. Like it's one of my favorite artists.
Yeah, I've walked those halls. You know what I mean?
Walk those halls. Yeah, I've seen them twice live.
People don't know this, but I went to the same high school as some of those guys. So
as Dallas Green.
Dallas Green. So, you know, that's why, like, meme with me and Carson is I've walked those halls. Is like, I think
you were just like, would not shut the fuck. I was not allowed to be a City and Color fan because you had walked those halls. That's
I'm like, dude, listen, I went to the same school with them. It ain't the same, dude.
Like,
you don't know what I know.
You don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you're like, dude, you're always like the first to call me on cringe. You're like, you're so cringe. You're like, shut the fuck up. I've listened
to all their albums like 20 times. I know like every one of their songs. Like, no idea, I walked those halls.
Like, dude, you don't even know, dude. Like, they used to get a Snickers from the same store. Yeah. And like, you're so quick. Like, cause I'll just bring shit up like that. And I feel like I'm so fucking cool. You know what I mean? Saying that to you, like, oh, dude, this is gonna impress Carson. Carson, you'll guess what? And then I'll say it, and you're always like, dude, just shut up, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
I have always done that. I have always called you your bullshit.
It's good though. I like that. Not like, dude, nobody does, man. Like a lot of my friends in real life just know that I'm a complete moron, and they just like they hear what I say, and I almost think it's in one ear and out the other. But you're the actual only one to like take it in your ear, juggle a little bit, and be like, did you just say that? Are you fucked? You know what I mean? And that's why I think we get along really good on casting too. Like, dude, our chems are sick because we both just like.
I have the curse of actually listening to people. I cannot help but actually listen to people when they say things. I feel like there's a lot of people that like, which is probably helpful to an extent. But like, just like they're able to like not listen to people when they know they don't need to, and are able to really zone in when they have to. But I just sort of always am at the same level of I at least hear the words you're saying, which in your case is sometimes a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, no, I'm very stupid, and I'm like like, oh wow, he let the internal thoughts out. You know what I mean? I'm a huge like, I'll think it and say it. I don't even think about like, should I say it? I'll just say it, and sometimes it's worked, and sometimes it hasn't. But that's what I like about you, and like I got a lot of friends that are like, dude, like, are you fucked? But then like, not really, So like, that's why I think we get along a lot. But and that goes with casting too, man. Like my personality, like we bounce off each other. But like FK2 was cool because if I make
sick,
dude, FK was sick, dude. Like if I make a joke, he was just there, and like I was expecting it to bomb. Because I'm used to these Europeans that have fucking no sense of humor whatsoever, and they're just so dry. And when you make a joke, they go like,
Europeans really do have no sense of humor.
They go like, dude, bounce off it. I'm giving you a fucking layup. I hated it, dude. I hate it. It stresses me out. But
that's the main thing I learned from Day 9, like watching his streams, is what he used to always say, like, when somebody says something funny, and what he means by funny is attempting to be funny, just fucking laugh. Like, you can find a way.
Laugh, dude.
Most things that people say when they're attempting to be funny, you can find a way for them to be funny and just fucking laugh. It doesn't have to be sociopathic, but you can find a way to make it funny. And you don't have to laugh. You don't have to, like, die laughing, but it can still be funny, and you can still react to it. And it can be a funny thing. You just have to be willing to do it. You just have to not be so, like, closed off to it. Like, things are always funny. Do
you know the casters or the person when you bounce a joke off and then they dwell on how like unfunny of a joke that was, and then they harp on it and they don't let it go and they don't let it breathe like enough? You know what I mean? I think
Canadian humor could be different as well. I think
for sure. Okay, for sure. Like we have a different accent. We flow our words differently and shit like that. But like, there's so many people that I've worked with, and like I throw a layup and maybe they just didn't get it or whatever, but they just harp on it and then they bring it up, and I'm like, dude, just let the joke be the joke. It's okay, move on. And then they like bring up how like unfunny it was, and they're like, oh.
Well, there's a big thing. There's two points to this. One thing is that Disengage just said wait their turn, which I think is what he's referencing, is like a lot of people don't actually listen to people. They just wait their turn to talk, which I don't know if I've said it on stream or he independently has heard that before, but that's something that I've always talked about. When in terms of like having a conversation with somebody, you're not actually listening. You're just thinking of what you're going to say next. So base as fuck Disengage.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, but also wait your turn is also like people got poopy pants and they know they're up next, or like you're gonna pass it to me and I need to think of something to say. Oh, holy shit, what do I think?
Yeah, you get nervous about it,
right? So that's also like wait your turn poopy pants, where it's like I'm not even listening to you because I'm so fucking in my own head. And like you cast with people like that. I used to be like that. I've admitted that. I used to be so fucking nervous, even when I was casting with you sometimes, because it was like a big thing, and I would repeat what you were saying. Because I didn't even listen to you.
Fight Club, okay. Yeah.
Do you remember that? And you used to be like, you used to be in the intermission. You're like,
you
dude,
used to repeat me.
Yeah, you're like, dude, you're not listening to what I'm saying. Like you were telling me like, calm down, relax, and I was like I'm having a fucking panic attack right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like 2 goods in the chat. I don't know what to do right now. You know what I mean? Like I'm fucking tripping out. But it's like, you get over that. But yeah, it's like,
you're thinking more than you're actually thinking about. You're thinking about everything else other than you're actually thinking of what to say, sort of thing. Yeah. And then the second thing is. The second thing was apparently a Fight Club quote. Maybe I don't think that's where I got it from. I think somebody actually told me that, like in real life. And then I was like, oh, that's cool. I guess maybe is that like in the book or something? Maybe. But the second thing is when somebody says something funny, I feel like the inclination for a lot of people is to try to one-up it. Like somebody says a joke, and then you know how people reword the same, like in like a.
I think that's what I'm trying to talk about, where they don't let it go and be its thing. They have to like top it or like make you like center you out, and it's like, dude, it's not about me. It like ride off it, dude. Like you know what I mean? Yes, and I think that's what
they reword the joke in a new way.
Yeah.
To try to like be, but
it's designed to make you look stupid. It's not designed to work with you.
No, it's designed for them to be for them not consciously, but them unconsciously to be the funny one. Whereas sometimes there's a really like I know some like really fucking funny people, and like when they make a joke, you just laugh and you just sit there and you don't add anything because their joke is so fucking funny, you know, like you just leave it there. And that's something that people don't really get when they try to add on top of it. You like, if somebody says something funny as fuck, the best thing to do is actually just leave it be, and then let the conversation move on. You don't say a lot, you know. The extreme of that is they add on, and then the whole room goes silent, and it's really awkward. But like most of the time, it's just like piled, you know, dog pile, dog pile, dog pile, dog pile. But the original statement, was the funniest, you know. Yeah.
We kind of went on a tangent there, but yeah, I think it's very good
points. I don't know where we got here, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But those are my 2 things socially that I have learned in 27 years, and that's it. That's all I know.
Yeah, but I've just really been enjoying streaming. I feel like I have like a new understanding of what I'm supposed to do, if I'm being very honest. And I like just do what you want to do, man. Who gives a shit? Like, I never really cared about viewership when I came back. I really don't care. I don't give a shit. I'm on my own. I'm doing my own thing. I don't really.
You can't worry about viewership, right? Then you get fucked up.
No, I don't. I don't care. I just want to do, like, I want to enjoy what I do, and then everything else is cool. That's why it's just been crazy good. Like right now, I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and it's crazy good. So I'm in that fucking wave where it's like I'm really enjoying it, and it's going well. So,
well, as long as there's always like something to like really enjoy, you know, that's what I always find. I find it with like the things that I'm into, there's always something I'm really, really, really fucking into. But then it's like the next month I'm really into something else, which sucks, like on the grand scheme of everything. But like, you know, at that time it's fucking awesome. Like I'm really into streaming, or I'm really into casting, or I'm really into music, or I'm really into fucking, you know, getting hammered or whatever, you know. But as long as I have that one thing, it's really enjoyable. The grand scheme, it fucks everything up at the same time. But as long as you're really I'm really into Mario 64. Yes, Pierre, exactly.
Yeah.
Like it'll just be 1 month of I'm obsessed with this one thing, and then it goes away, and that's really how I work as well. Which maybe that's how you work, but like
no, you're way different than me, because you do that, but you also dial in 150%, and I think that's what made you a really good musician, and I think that's what made you a really good caster.
20 years though. It's been 20 years.
Well, casting hasn't been 20 years, right?
Yeah, no, Cass has been.
But like, I feel like you're like, this is what I said about like, I think you're the best analyst and caster in Warcraft 3. I said that a year ago. I'll say it today. Nice. I said it 2 years ago. I really do, because your ability, like I've said this before, is like your ability to like, you get so dialed in, like it's like OCD, like it's like you just like you trigger it.
I'm the most autistic caster for sure.
It's very like autistic the way you dial in, and you fucking you learn it, you sponge it. You're really good at learning. You learn quick, and you learn it right. And it's like, holy fuck! Like watching you learn the game and cast. Like when I said, when I saw you in Sweden, I thought you were like maximum power. I was like, Carson is in his fucking element. That was like nuts. It was nuts. Dude.
Yeah, I thought I did shit there is a crazy thing. Like you never actually know. Like you probably have the same feeling. Like you never actually know how well you do. Like when people tell you you did this wrong or you did this right or you did really good or you did really bad, you never actually know how accurate it is. The same thing for music, but for casting especially, it's like I have no fucking clue. Like
I can name like
no idea how well
I can name like a handful of casts that I was like we crushed it. And like on top of my head, it's when I did X Lord versus Happy Back to Warcraft Cup. And I had that 4800. I was buzzing. And then the MLG. I remember there was WCG. There was a WCG day that me and you did. And we both got off and we were like, that was the best cast we've ever done.
Because we were like, it's because there's sometimes we're like, let's fucking do it. Like we both wanted to cast WCG, and even though it was like the shit like clean feed Chinese, whatever WCG, it was like both of our goals as casters were to cast WCG at one point, and we're like, this is fucking it. It was like 4 a.m., probably 7 a.m. for you or whatever,
we were dying
even earlier. And it's like, let's fucking. I was in my mom's basement. I was like, told her like I gotta be yelling downstairs, be ready for it. And we just crushed. That was like the first like 6 months we casted together.
Yeah, and I think like the fact that it was WCG was also like
I remember that
because we grew up on WCG, right? Like now we're casting it. This is nuts. But I remember like
it was on Reforged graphics. Like it was a nightmare, but it was so sick.
And I remember we both like ended the stream, and we both like at the same time were like, that was the fucking best stream we've ever done. So like it's a real handful. But like if you've done hundreds of streams, like dude, I can only name you like 2 that I've actually thought I did good at. The rest of them I'm like, fuck. I mean, I guess I'll upload
I feel like
that,
sometimes when it's just the 2 of us, then we have to do a professional broadcast, which there was like the card for that, right?
The card we could kind of do our own thing too, right? Like I feel like they didn't give a fuck.
But like the card, I mean when I say professional, I mean in terms of like structure. Like okay, the card was like 3, 2, 1, hello and welcome everybody. Today we got a. I feel like when it's just us. Even though maybe it's not as high quality as when the broadcast has a lot of people on it, I feel like when it's just us, we sort of know the cues, which I think is the hardest thing. Like for people that are like trying to figure out casting, like the hardest thing really is not necessarily the words you're saying in the cast. It's finding the cues with other people and like knowing when to talk and knowing what this person's supposed to do and knowing when they're throwing to you and knowing when you're supposed to give space to other people. Like that really is the hardest thing. Like anyone, this is what Todd said to me, which is the best piece of advice I've ever gotten as a caster, is like anyone can analyze for 30 minutes. And I've said this so many times, like anyone can analyze a game for 30 minutes and anyone can go super deep, but it's about like knowing your place as a broadcaster, knowing your place as a caster. And that was like, Todd told me that. I was like, you're so fucking right. Like I've always wanted to just analyze. But yeah, knowing like how to slot it in. I think we were really good at that when me and you do it. We know exactly what our place is and where we're supposed to speak and what we're supposed to say and exactly when we're supposed to throw to each other. Yeah.
But also like you throw me like a banger where we need like a long, awkward 15-second pause for that. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's like most people just cut the tension, you know what I mean? And go it. But yeah, I think it's really hard to do though. That's why I don't like casting with other people because it sucks sometimes. Listen, we just don't got it, kid. You know what I mean? Like we're not having it. It's not fun. No. And now I'm like not even fixated on this game. I'm just worried about like, do you have poopy pants? Like, are we like, well, fuck, you know? Like, yeah. I hear you.
No, but we are like a duo, you know. There's not like, you know, it's like whatever. Like I cast with Neo Remo, I cast with Todd, whatever. I cast with cast with Soul Glider, fucking cast with OC Drummer, all fucking great. But they're not like a duo, you know what I mean? Like they're great casters. They're all great casters, everyone I just mentioned, but like not a duo, you know.
It's different with us, but are you thinking about are you thinking about Stormgate?
Stormgate?
Yeah.
It's always been a thought in my head sort of thing.
Because like you're in. Like you got the foot.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm not sure how big the foot is. It's a good. I think you'll have the opportunities that you want to have.
I think I have to put the effort in, and I'm not really willing right now to put the effort in. Like I honestly don't care right now.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. As good as an opportunity as it is, but
yeah,
like
it'll be a good opportunity too. I think. Like I was saying, this Age of Empires people, StarCraft people, Warcraft people, everyone's gonna give it a fair shake. Like they truly are. We're all gonna go into it open-minded, and then it's up to them to make a good game or not, because the community's gonna tell you either way. There's gonna be the players that play it for a week, come back, play it for a year, come back, or they stick with it and they love it and it just flies, right? So, yeah, I don't know. Like in your position, dude, like you love the band and you're doing this. Like, I feel like, it's tough, dude. Like I would take the opportunity, but like, I also don't like, I've never been in a band and I don't know like that feeling of commitment, but dude, it's going to be fucking, at least the first year is going to be a ride.
And it's gonna be such a circle jerk, though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
like, I just don't want to deal with that. Like obviously we have it pretty good in Warcraft. We're like, Neo kind of has a monopoly over the whole thing, which
Yes, he
he
does.
earned it.
No, he
earned it,
absolutely does,
100%.
and he absolutely earned it. Yes, but he does control everything. Yes.
He decides who gets any voice whatsoever.
Yes.
You know,
And
if somebody,
yes.
even if it's not on his stream, if it's on somebody else's stream, he decides.
Yes.
You know, send you over to Baron. Baron's gonna cast. He
Yep.
decides who gets to say what in the scene. Earned it, deserves it. He kept the scene alive. But for StarCraft, it's like it's a free for all. It's a bunch of fucking hyenas that all want their piece of the pie. And at the end of the day, a lot of them just want the piece of the pie. They want the money. They don't give a shit about the quality. They don't give a shit about the game. Like a lot of people are gonna front like they give a shit about the game.
Right.
They actually fucking. I guarantee you, a lot of those StarCraft fucks are not gonna give a shit. I guarantee you, a lot of us Warcraft fucks aren't gonna give a shit. But we're gonna do it, and we're gonna put a smile on our face, and we're gonna act like we do. So like, if I'm gonna do it, I want to make sure that I actually care, and I want to make sure that I actually put the effort into understanding the game, and I'm actually as good as I can be. And if not, I'm not going to do it for a fucking paycheck. I don't give a shit. I don't, like whatever. I can make enough money to live. I don't need the fucking paycheck. I want to do a good job if I'm going to do it, you know? So I need to figure out if I actually am willing to do a good job, or if I just want to go and get the paycheck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a tough call though, right?
Because these fucking casters, these full-time casters, a lot of them, it's just like, what event pays the most?
Yeah, like no,
Saudi,
it's just like
don't give a fuck.
These guys
I'll
are like
travel,
it's almost like a Russian roulette. Like you see some of these guys doing like PUBG, and like they're just like it's almost like they're filling their schedule.
Yeah, as
like
soon as you see somebody doing like a fucking mobile game, you know that what they're in it for. You know?
Yeah.
Like your rent's not that high, all right? You fucking try living where I am if you think your rent's that high. Try living where I am for a fucking month. If you need to do a fucking mobile game.
But yeah, I think like yeah, you got a lot to think about, bud. You got like the whole like back to Warcraft thing.
I need to decide like how committed I am.
But I also really like that's a good point too. Like Neo has incredible pull here, and yeah, it's Monk there, and Neo. But I think the thing about Neo is like he can do production too. Like I think,
and Neo is great at production, and he's great at delegating,
yes.
and he's great in live events.
Yes,
from what I've seen.
Like if I can wave
he's got talent.
If I can wave the Warcraft flag and be like, I like him, dude. Neo has one of the biggest dicks in the room when it comes to like
he could do production. Like he doesn't have to do casting forever. Like he could do production.
Yeah, but I think like when you're Stormgate. And you look at a guy who can do it for a lot cheaper than getting a venue and shit like that, it leaves opportunity for like, I just feel like you're going to want to work with that guy. He's like, Neo's a fucking savage. Like Neo's an absolute savage. So I don't know how much pull the Back to Warcraft thing has. Like you said, right? There's going to be the Tasteless Artosis. There's going to be huge groups that are going to want to come in. And, but I mean, like I think you got the
best. Which I do question fucking, I don't know if it was Tasteless, but Artosis. Like, did he really like Valorant? Was it Tasteless?
I think it was. Like, I don't know. One of them's in Valorant.
Yeah, it wasn't. I don't think it was Artosis, but I think it was Tasteless. Like, that guy really passionate about.
Was he casting it?
Yes.
Oh my god!
When it first came out, like I might be. It's one of the two. It might have. I don't think it was both of them. I think it was just Tasteless. But I think that guy really passionate about Valorant.
I think the good thing about like Valorant or whatever is they had their first year where they had just people in and out, like the fuck, you know what I mean? And then they found people.
Like Valorant was such fucking hyena.
It was so hyena.
Like, give me that fucking Chinese money, dude.
But now you got like the Sean Garris, you got the Mimis, you got like people that are
and like Sean Garris is someone that truly cares, someone that gave up a Counter-Strike career, is excellent at like analysis and everything, and that guy means to be there. Like Mimi exactly like loves.
Like I think Mimi is like one of the best analysts in the. I think she is the analyst for the game. Like I love Sean Garris, but like she is the analyst for the game. And there's like so many guys, but I think they were really quick and good to weed out the people that were just looking for a check and not really into it.
And like these people make enough. Let me be honest. These people make a fucking enough money to not have to be brutal hyenas about it. Like these people make good money doing these events for these other games as well. Like they don't have to move to Valorant to get the fucking 2,500 day rate for 2 lands a month. They don't have to do that. They just want to do that because they want to make fucking 6 figures. Like they're fine in whatever lane they're in.
Yeah, the Lambo needs more gas. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I'm excited. I think for me personally, I'm going to give obviously Stormgate a fair shake. I am excited to get into it. No, I didn't get a beta or an alpha. I'll be hopping in fucking raw dog. But I'm going to give it a fair shake like everyone else. I'm more curious to see like, dude, like the Warcraft 3 thing is like all those guys that, let's say like Dust League, like, right? Like the 8th to 16 players, like players on the cusp, they might be thinking like, oh, now's my chance. You know what I mean? Like now is my
Yeah.
chance to go pro. So they might just dip, which is going to suck because now they're grinding in a different game and they're no good here and they're not coming back and they don't want to because, well, I got a better chance at this new game than Warcraft 3, right?
Same idea, right? Like, do you actually care about the game? Although with players, I have a little bit more lenience, I feel like, because players already don't make a lot of money. They already have shit schedules. They already get fucked over all the time. And it's like, if you want to go over to a new game and fuck everyone up and get a bag, you're still going to enjoy it. If you hate the game and you're on top, you're still going to love it. Like Counter-Strike players that went over to Valorant in the beta and fucked everyone up. I know, like, from just playing casual games in the beta of Valorant, that was fun as fuck. Imagine being Scream and going over from CS to Valorant and fucking everyone. He probably, even if he hates the game, he probably enjoyed the shit out of that.
Yeah, and like I don't see Scream as like a guy that just went over and was like didn't have a shot. Like that guy knows like I'm gonna go there and fuck shit up, right? But I'm talking about like the guys that maybe are grinding now. Like hopefully it doesn't cripple the player base. I hope in a perfect world, honestly, I would love everyone to just come back because I do love Warcraft 3 and I could see myself still doing the Dust Leagues and shit forever. I would like to do that. I really just don't know. I don't know.
We're gonna see everyone though.
Even though this, I mean, our
I
title.
love it so much. I'm so glad to be here. I love it. So like, we're gonna see that, and we're gonna see people that genuinely, and you're gonna know who they are, genuinely are passionate about it.
Yeah, I mean,
like see that.
Like the title says, this game fucking sucks, and we do hate it, but we're just painfully addicted to it, and it's
not me. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, Carson's fucking. I don't know how you got the Kool-Aid out of your bloodstream, but. Yeah.
It comes in ways for sure. It's like I'm very, very addicted at times.
So what cravings do you get? Like what do you got a ladder?
I want to play and improve. When I do, like I want to play and improve, or I want to improve as a caster, like one or the other. Like either, like and which was obvious when I was streaming, I was grinding and I was playing Fountain of Mana League and shit. Like that's when I was like, I want to like get really, really good. But it just never lasts long enough for me to be as good as like Hitman or somebody. I never have the motivation long enough to actually get good enough to like be like, yeah, I always just like get to as good as I was last time and then quit and then get to it. Like that's been my entire time playing Warcraft.
And when you do that and when you do that, you're not gaining any more knowledge and you're not moving up. So it's like
it's just getting back to the point I was and like trying to pass that threshold and then the motivation's gone and that's it. That's been my issue the entire time. I've never consistently like there's never been like 2 years that I've just been like I'm gonna grind for 2 years. It's never happened.
Yeah, and it's not going to happen. You know what I mean? I don't even know how guys do that. Like, I don't know what drives a guy like Hitman to play like he does. Like, he's insane. He's like, he's like a unicorn. Like, I've been around the game a long time, Carson. Never met anyone like that. He's actually fucking.
And that's true with everything. Getting good at anything is just fucking putting the work in. Like that's all it is. You just have to fucking grind it. You also have to like you can't be a moron, you know.
Right.
You have to have a decent level of intelligence. You have to have a decent way of working out problems analytically, but you also more than anything you have to have the ability to actually grind it out for sure.
But like he plays so much and like the waiting for like 45-minute queue times, like I just don't know how he's getting close though. The fucking, like I said, like the candle, like you're out in a winter storm and you got like that little lamp and the candle is just fucking flickering. That's where I feel Hitman's at. Like it's, you know what I mean? Like it's just fucking.
I get it, dude. Yeah,
I get it too.
But there's an amount of time that you can grind as a player. I feel like where you can pass a threshold. Like say that I was able to like go a year.
Mm-hmm.
I would be better. Even if I quit for 6 months, I would be better coming back than if I had not grinded for that year. And I feel like Hitman, if he stops playing, he's not gonna be 2018 Hitman. He's gonna be like post DreamHack Hitman or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like
he's
his
always
level...
gonna have a consistent level. You know, no matter what, one game back after a year of not playing, he's still gonna have that, and he's gonna have that in all RTS games, no matter what. So it's not like it's a lost thing if he just stops. He's always gonna have that. He's always gonna have the knowledge that he has and the ability to like analyze and improve. He's always gonna have that, but he's gonna lose the mechanical side and some of the knowledge and shit. You know?
Like the crispy perfection, not perfection.
Yes.
Chat, but yes, like the crispiness. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Did I tell you that I'm addicted to Happy Stream?
Yeah, you mentioned that like a month ago. I can't believe it's still going on.
Yeah, no, I'm close to like using the fucking September and doing 6 months on discount because I can't get enough, dude.
Who gives a fuck?
I might do that. I mean, I should just do that with all my subs anyway, right? Because it's like you save money. But Do you and Happy talk? No. But I am so yeah. I just like it's perfect. And you talk about like streaming and what you should do. I don't want him. I'm so fucking glad that he doesn't talk to anybody or waste time. Like it's just game. I don't know what he's doing in the background, and then game, and then dude, it's so good to watch because I could just skip to the game. Game ends, skip to the game. Like if it's a 4-hour stream, I know it's 4 hours of queuing. It's not 2 hours of game and 2 hours of bullshit, right? So it's like
Yeah.
And like Hitman too, like it's just no nonsense. You just
Hitman's
play.
the same idea, exactly.
If I was an orc player,
War Chief Rich was the same back in the day. Sickest stream ever. Love War Chief Rich's stream.
And as a player that like wants to learn and watch games and play, these are the best streams, man. No bullshit, just like boom. Like if I'm an orc player, I'm in love with Hitman stream. If I'm an undead player, which I am, I love Happy stream. Like it's you get his front row seat, man, into dummying people in 7 minutes. Like sign me up.
All right, let me tell you, I gotta fucking piss so goddamn badly, and I gotta get another drink. So give me a 2 minutes break. Okay?
The wine's going down like another, eh? Holy shit.
Yeah, I gotta fucking take a piss so goddamn bad. Okay? If you want to keep talking, you can keep talking. Okay.
To myself, sure. Yeah.
Keep talking.
Get a topic from the chat. That sounds like a nightmare. It is nice though. Like I don't really like. I talk to Carson obviously, but I don't talk to him as much as I want to. Like he's really busy. You know, and you guys have seen that. Like, he hasn't been casting a lot of Back to Warcraft stuff. He is really busy. So I was like, let's just get on and let's do a pod. And I thought it was pretty good so far. It's pretty good. We didn't have any topics going into this, by the way. We just fucking freeballed. Would you and Carson meet in school? No. Like, we met through Warcraft 3, like a long time ago. Like, probably, like I was probably like 15 and he was like 13. You know what I mean? Like a long time ago. So probably like 15 years ago or something like that through Warcraft 3. We had like a mutual friend who was a player on the server. Like we both knew an orc player. Shout out to New Brusher 99. And then he was friends with New Brusher and I was friends with New Brusher. And then we both like hung out in like, I don't know, Clan GGL or some shit or whatever the fuck. And then, yeah, we just hit it off. And the rest is history. Is the Dust League canceled? No. We're starting a new season probably in October. I want to start, like I said, I was going to do 3 seasons this year, and it does, the timeline does fit. We're going to probably do qualifiers at the beginning of October. So I'll probably post something relatively soon. I got to get Carson's schedule, which is why it delays. Like, I haven't been talking to the guy. I got to get his schedule for music and stuff, and then go around him, like work around him and shit. And then, like, maybe I'll get guests on, too. Like, if Carson can't make a certain Friday, I won't let it deter me. And maybe I'll get, like, Grom or FK or like, somebody to cast or something. I'd love maybe a Cruncher to come on or something like that. So, Pure to come on. But no, Dust League coming back in October. Done deal. Another NA season. It'll be good. I gotta figure out dates. And then I do want to figure out dates around NA LOL Cup and shit like that. Because there was a bit of a conflict last time where they had to cater to me, which I do appreciate. But I feel bad. You know, you look like a dude that allegedly stabbed someone. Wow. Who are the best casters you have seen and what makes them special? Jesus Christ, that's a tough one. In Warcraft 3 or in general? Because my favorite casters were probably, like at the time, like Anders and Semler. I did like In Control with Too Good for StarCraft 2. Dude, there's so many, but I think like I fell in love with Anders and Semler in CS:GO, and then in StarCraft 2, yeah, Too Good and In Control together at like a Home Story Cup was like the greatest duo I've ever seen. Shout out In Control. What makes them so good is just like their flow, and they're relatable. Like I don't really relate to like ESPN level professional casters. Like I think that puts me to sleep. I like people that are genuine and maybe a little bit off the cuff and shit. Gotta ask
the cat twice.
Got asked a banger today. Like Cageman's like, who are the best casters you have seen and what makes them special? I kind of gave my answer.
Oh, in Warcraft or in general?
I don't know if he meant Warcraft or in general. I gave him in general, and they were not Warcraft casters.
I think, and I've said this in the past. I said this actually. I remember saying this, and it was the first time I had this thought. Was about when Soul Glider did DreamHack. I think he covered for you when you had work or something like that, and Soul Glider covered DreamHack. And I think the idea is, And Soul obviously he's not like he's not top tier, but he was like in Warcraft. I think he's really really good, and I think this is accentuated for like the other games top casters, like the ability to seem casual but still be coherent and make coherent thoughts. So you're not being like, yeah, dude, like just fuck it. It was a chill game, man. You know, which I can talk.
Composure is big for you.
Yeah, like I can talk like that in like just generally when I'm chilling, like normally, but when I get on stream or when I get on a cast, I start talking like this and I'm making points and I'm having like, a cadence to how I talk, but also doing that in a casual way and not doing like then we are going to see the Blade Master run, like not doing that. Like the ability to be casual and have a casual conversation and make people actually want to like have a beer with you afterwards, I think is what casters are supposed to be. When you think Semler, for instance, like he was chill.
I said Anderson Semler were what
Anderson
got me.
Semler, they were chill. They were they were bros hanging out, having a conversation, but there was no fat on what they were saying. Still, you can have no fat on what you're saying, but still seem chill. Tasteless and Artosis, same thing. They're a little bit more chill, but still there's not a lot of fat on what they're saying. They're able to vamp and have weird conversations, but then bring it back to the game. I think Scars and Toph in Smash Bros are very, very similar. Although Smash Bros commentary is a very different dynamic from other games, but I think they're very similar where they're able to chill and have a conversation, but there's no fat on what they're saying. They're still making coherent points. You still understand what they're saying. I think those three duos for sure.
What about Warcraft? For me, dude, it's really hard. I don't really. I like the guys, but I don't necessarily I don't look forward to anybody's casting. Does that make sense? Like, and for Warcraft 3, it's really like it is very.
I think
ESPN.
Todd is very good. I think Todd is very good at the casual side of it for sure.
I don't watch a lot of Todd casts. That's my issue.
And he has great analysis because he's a pro player and stuff. I think like Todd is really really good. For Neo and Remo, I think they're great, obviously, but I think there is sometimes a pull in both directions where Neo's trying to be very professional and Remo's trying to be very relaxed, and there's a maybe a slight sometimes awkwardness that goes into trying to avoid that gap a bit.
And that's been going on for so long. So do you like that or do you not like that?
Which is always true though. Like when I cast with Neo, I feel like I'm trying to do the casual side, and I'm with Neo, I'm trying to do the professional. Or when I'm with Neo, I'm trying to do the casual side. When I'm with Remo, I'm trying to do the chill side.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So you bounce. But of course you bounce to who you're with.
You know what I mean? Whatever.
Yeah,
whatever
I understand what you're saying.
I'm trying to close that gap regardless. But there's always that void in the middle of like they need to go 15% in the other direction and meet each other somewhat in the middle. And that's what I feel like in other games, the really, really great casters have done. And I feel like Todd is very good at that sort of bouncing between it.
Yes.
But I think he's particularly good at the casual side. Where
but
he's just
really,
chilling, but there's no fat on what he's saying.
But with Todd, like he might be the only one that does bounce at all. Like some of these guys, there's no bounce, Like I find with Remo's going to be Remo no matter what, and Neo is going to be Neo no matter what. And I feel like you have to adjust to them.
Yes, yes, I agree for sure.
And like I've never really,
And they're both great at that.
Yeah.
But I just feel like when they cast with each other, they just need to move just 15% in each other's directions, and then it would be really excellent, And it's always been like that. There's always been this slightly awkward divide between casual and professional.
Yes.
Whereas if they both moved a little bit in the other direction, it would be really, really nice,
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, because Remo's Remo's super based. Like we know this. He's super based. So like he's gonna they have an interesting dynamic. But like I said, I think both of them, they're them. Whoever they're with, like they're just gonna be them. Like they're not gonna change for you.
You have to dip a little bit.
You have to change for them. Yeah.
Because they have their own philosophies on what is good commentary, and then everybody else. But like
and cool, they have the morals like that, and they stick to them. Cool.
Great. Yeah.
Like some people just don't. Like I don't agree with that. Like I look at casting a little bit different. I look at more entertainment. Yeah, obviously.
I agree.
Then like especially
and I have different preferences, which you probably do as well. When it comes to I like casual casting, so I would personally I would go towards, if I could entirely, the more Remo side of things than I would the more Neo side. But some people, especially in the Warcraft scene, the older people maybe are more European, more maybe would go to the Neo side of things. But I would rather them just have a conversation like the No Majors Club, Richard Lewis, than full play-by-play. I think play-by-play sometimes is a bit cringe.
Yes.
But people love it. People fucking love it.
But is it all they know?
They love fucking Red Eye.
Is it all they know though?
Yeah.
If
like
you give
I'd rather listen to a podcast with gameplay behind it in terms of casting than I would play by play. I don't need to be walked through it. Even a game I don't know very well. I watched TF2. I don't need to be walked through it. I don't know the game very well, but I'd rather just be able to be chilling and just be able to watch it and then be like, oh, that was sick. And I'm like, oh yeah, that was sick. That one moment was awesome. I don't need to know every interest, like every move that they're making, sort of thing.
Yeah, I think yeah, it's a really interesting thing. Like, and also Warcraft 3, we're used to. I mean, Neo and Remo are the mecca, right? So people are just used to that. So that, like, they set the bar for what the standard of casting is for the game. Like, they really just did, right? And I think that's why, like, I personally, make this about me, I've had such a hard time fitting in because I'm fundamentally, I look at it differently. I am like, I can adjust. Like, if I'm with Neo, I can adjust, and I have. And I've changed, like, I don't enjoy it, but I can, because, like, it's not about me, it's about the stream, right? But yeah, I've had a hard time, like, adjusting my style with, like, the game, because I feel like people just listen to Neo and Remo and they think that's what casting is supposed to be, and maybe it is, and I'm not like that.
For this game, at this point, it is.
Yeah, it is. No, it definitely is. And like, when you step outside the box,
everyone else is just trying to reach that in everyone's view.
Yes.
And the caster's view as well. We're trying to do what they do.
Yeah, and when you try to, and when you do anything different, dude, you stand out so hard because it's so drastically different. And it's hard.
Because my issue with casting has always been that I feel like everything for a lot of the people and for me is really obvious. Like, I sort of know what's going to happen. So, like, what's the point sometimes? But for a lot of the viewers, that's actually not true. Like, priests are just saying, like, calling more fights would be good, which I completely agree with. Like, I have done that, like, for offline events, especially, or for bigger events, I do call fights. But when I do casting casually or do casting for, like, week cups, I never call fights because I'm like going to I know who's going to win the fight. I know what they're going to do. I know, like,
you don't call fights when we do it. You don't. You let me do it, which I like doing.
I don't give a fuck because I know I can look at two armies and I know who's winning and I know what's the end result's going to be, and if it's not the end result, somebody fucked up. But like, yeah, I totally get, like, calling fights is good. Like, play by play in that sense is good, but like everything else, I think should be teetering the more casual side.
But how many people
fights for sure? Yeah.
How many people in a fight do you think watching know, like, the grunts are on the Raiders and this and that, and oh my god, this is going well for the, like, calling a fight is not
because I can tell before the fight even starts, and I assume people can tell 10 seconds into the fight. A lot of, like, I think they should, but maybe and that's my issue. That's not their issue. That's my issue.
Yeah.
Like, I assume people watching are just going to, like, be, like, bored immediately, and there should be something else. But, like, people want to hear what's going on, I guess.
And I've always thought, and this is just, like, I don't think I've ever brought this up, I like breaking it down Warcraft for Dummies when I cast.
Yeah, true.
I usually find myself saying,
I always assume that people aren't, like, I assume these people are, like, because most people that are watching are very experienced at watching, maybe not playing, but watching the game. Most people, but go on. Yeah.
But, like, do you think a lot of people know when they see, like, a 96 HP grunt that, like, a coil will kill it? Like, do you think they really know, or do you think, like, they see a coil and they go, oh, it got it? Like, I think that people don't actually know as much. That's why, like, it's like, he's got 96 coil, and it's like, I think people are like, if he coils it, it might not die. Like, I don't know. Like, the way I've casted is, like, I like to think that they know as much or less than me, to be honest. Yeah. And I like to walk them through. You probably hate that, though.
The assumption of what the base knowledge of the people watching are, which in other games for sure, like, because you always, like, Warcraft is so much different from Counter-Strike and from Dota and from League and whatever, Valorant. Like, it's so much different. Like, I think in those games you have to assume that people are stupid because there's so many people watching.
Right.
But in Warcraft, like, you look at the chat, you look at the viewer list, and, like, I know every person in the chat, like, right now, especially because there's, but, like, in back to Warcraft, I can look through the chat. I know everyone's been watching for 3 years.
But, dude, there's too many people in there you can't assume what they know or not know. Like, dude, there's 2K viewers. You think they all know the game? Like, I like to think that they don't. So I like to think, like, 50% don't. So, like, walk them through it, I think, is more relatable too. Like, it's more relatable, I also rode the fucking I'm a moron coattail. You know what I mean? Like, I walk myself through it. You know what I mean? So it's like, I felt like that was easier. I was walking myself through games, if we're being honest. So it's like, I don't know.
But that's where I think, because I think me and Remo have similar ways of casting, and then I think you and Neo, if you were to pair it off, have more similar ways. So that's exactly where duo casting comes in. Whereas solo casting, which is what I do a lot of, you can't do both necessarily. You can try to do both, and you can try to do both sides of it. But like that, really, that's why duo casting has value to certain people, because you can have the more extreme side with the analysis and the casual banter, and then you can have the, oh my god, is the coil actually going to kill the grunt? And it's like, okay, the players that have played more than 5 games know the coil is going to kill the grunt, but the people
Right.
watching love to hear.
And
that
I
the
see how
coil is
that's
going to kill the grunt.
I see how that's such a left or right way to cast, because
And that's why people have preferences, because they're
Yeah.
like, I fucking don't want to hear about that coil killing the grunt. I fucking know. But then there's
Yeah.
people that are like, I love hearing about that. Like, I didn't know, and that's fucking sick. And that's why duo casting has so much value, even if like maybe me and you don't see it because we're on opposite ends of the spectrum.
Right.
And we like different things. But like that's that's why I think maybe more just people that just watch, they enjoy having 2 people.
Yeah.
And that's why there's value in 2 people.
I really hope that people now can see me casting and know how it's going to go, or have an idea of how it's going to look and go. And that's why they're tuning in. And then they look at like you casting and know how it's going to go. I hope so. You know what I mean? Because like going back to the Neo and Remo set the standard.
I also don't give a fuck what I cast recently, by the way. Just so everyone knows, if they think I'm analyzing the games, I don't give a fuck. But go on.
I mean, some of these brackets are rough though. It's hard to.
I don't give a. I'm not putting any effort in. I wish I could, but there's no motivation to be found there. But go on. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. But so going back to what I was saying, like I hope people can like differentiate. Like I want to be differentiated. Like I want people to be like, oh, it's Carson and Bidoux. Yeah. I have an idea in my head of what that's going to look like. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then like Neo and Remo, I have an idea of what that's going to look like. And then like you by yourself, like, cause you by yourself, dude, you're completely different than you with me. Like, let's be honest. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like,
I treat casting by myself as like a Twitch streamer more than I do about a caster. Like when I'm casting a weekly cup, I'm more like, what can I talk to the chat about? When I can't talk to the chat, let's just like talk about something interesting in the game that I like talking about. It's way more Twitch streamer than it is like I'm actually thinking about the dynamics of casting.
It's interesting.
Whereas with you, it's very much the dynamics of casting, because we both clearly have defined roles.
Yes.
And then with Neo, it's doing Remo's role when it's Remo, it's doing Neo's role. And with Todd, it's interesting because it's like Todd's this person that I like look up to, and I'm like, what can I learn from you? So for Todd, it's always interesting, which is why I really enjoy casting with Todd. But like, there's always some specific thing that isn't exactly what I'm best at, but what I'm trying to like fit.
Going into duos in Stormgate, I would love, if I love the game and you love the game, I'd love to duo with you, obviously, and do what we do. And if you know what I mean, obviously it's going to be on different paths, I think, because you're with Back to Work of whatever. But dude, have you thought about like Todd's kind of on his own? You know what I mean? Like
it's weird that he doesn't have it. I don't know if he did. You will follow StarCraft more than me. I don't know.
He always like Todd had Rotterdam.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. And like Todd and Roddy were like, it was Todd and Roddy. But like now I don't know like how invested Roddy is or whatever. Like maybe they just do it and maybe that's just the duo. I'm not sure. But
just because like legacy shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but like I think like for you maybe like going in with Todd wouldn't be like a bad idea. You know?
Yeah, I really like casting with Todd, and I half know that Todd thinks I'm a good caster. I'm not sure,
Well, how do you half
what he
know?
said? From what he said, at least. But you can never trust what people say. They just say things.
You think he's just being nice to you? No, he wasn't being nice to you.
Maybe.
When did he say it to you in Sweden?
He's always giving me really good advice. I've always really enjoyed casting with him. But yeah, could be cool.
Dude, there's always that.
But we both also are similar sides. Like we're both analytic. I think I could do play-by-play really well. Like I think I could do the play-by-play thing.
Yeah,
for sure.
You've done play-by-play, and it's fine.
Yep. Yeah.
I lean on you for analytics. That's why like I ask you questions, right? Because you can do play-by-play though, and you're fine. Do you feel, or did you ever feel, when you were at LAN, that there was like a hey rookie, like, you know what I mean? Like
no, not at all. No, not at all.
Because that's got to be a thing, right?
Because most people, when I'm at LAN, the 2 times I've done it, most of the people in production and the people like Rotterdam that I haven't worked with, they didn't actually know it was my first event ever until I told them.
And how would they? Because you fucking knocked it out of the park. Yeah, dude, I think you crushed it. I actually like had a tear in my eye watching you in Sweden because they put you on that fucking computer thing, the TV thing, and you were doing like the analyst thing, and I thought you fucking, dude, you were so good. Like
Oh, that was
I'll slob your
horrifying.
knob about Sweden the whole time. You crushed, and maybe there's a little bit of bias, but I
No, yeah,
definitely
Sweden wasn't. It was not perfect at all by any metric. For
I
sure.
was
It
watching
not.
and I was like I was trying to be like open minded, right? Because I
And we
genuinely
were getting like notes from production. Like there wasn't things that they weren't like. Like they were saying things at the end of every day that would give us like little things that we could do better. And obviously, like for me, it was what camera to look in. Like you don't always have to look in the camera when you're talking. You can look at people to your right and you can look at people to your left. You don't. Whenever you're talking to the audience, you can look into the camera directly.
right.
And like say the thing you need.
Would there
to
be
say
like
to
a
the
light
people,
that's saying this is
but
the
then-
cam that's on?
Yeah, you have a red light.
And it would like so if this one was on, you'd look here, and
But
if
there was also like fucking 4 cameras, so it's like
Hmm.
you have to look around to see what one has the red light. And they're like, "Am I talking to the people? Hello, everybody. Am I
Yeah.
talking to fucking Rotterdam? Okay, look over."
Dude, I
here."
think
But,
that's so cool though. I never got that. Like, I never got that. Like, you're talking here, and then like the cam's on. You're like, so guys, this is what
So
like
that
you know
was,
what I mean?
like,
Like
a
the
big thing.
the
Yeah, that was a
pivot.
big
Like, I would love to do like the turn pivot to look at the camera. Like, yeah, that'd be sick, dude. That'd be
Yeah,
sick.
and that's like a big like learning thing. Like, because I think for most people in esports have been doing it for so long that they just like, I just sort of figured out doing offline events. But for Warcraft and for me and you, I feel like it's all this. It's all like let's open OBS and let's open Discord and let's like do a stream. But for like most people in esports have been doing commentary for like Counter-Strike or Call of Duty or whatever. It's like, oh, this is my 100th offline event. Like I get how it works.
Let's
you know?
go.
Ooh, Razor Moon with the almost
What's
said
up,
Razor
Rev?
Man. Razor Moon with a huge raid.
Razor.
Thank you.
That's what I said earlier today. Razorman has to accept his fate of being called Razorman. Okay, he made his bed with the fucking name.
I slip it,
okay?
dude. Okay, I slip it out
Yeah.
sometimes. Fucking sue
I
me.
don't. I don't. Okay, I did the first week.
You have
I
been good with
not
it.
since.
You have
I
been good
I
about
haven't
it.
once. Yeah.
Yeah, I think what the fuck are we talking about?
Just talking about broadcasting in general.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
learning what the fuck
Yeah.
casting is.
I feel like with my stream now watching Flow, I at first too, like going back to what I wanted to do, I definitely thought like, should I cast these games? Like, do people want to watch me cast these games? And I've like completely pivoted to completely interacting with the chat and just chilling and watching games, which I fucking love. And I can do like 10 hours, you know? And I feel like if I was casting, I'd be like,
Fuck
dude, you
me,
do a
I
10
couldn't
hour,
do that
you do a
shit.
10-hour Flow TV cast, like you're done. You know what I mean?
Dude, I tell you, I closed my eyes and fell asleep 2 times in the grand finals today.
Really?
Yeah, literally.
Wait,
on
like
stream.
during game?
Yes, it happens.
Not in the
every-
intermission. Like you're falling asleep.
It happens every time.
Dude, that's not good. But also, like, dude, listen.
It happens every time.
I know you're getting a bag, but the games do suck, bro. The games suck.
not-
The brackets aren't
it's
good.
not good.
I don't enjoy watching them in particular, and I want to, but it's like, fuck. You know, like
it's good for the community. Like people need motivation to sign up every week
Mm.
and whatever. People need motivation to try to improve and try to be the best and try to
Yeah.
beat this player. So weekly cups are a good thing. They are like at the core of the community, like a great thing.
yes. No,
But
I
they're so
I love the
fucking
cup, but it's
jaded,
like
dude.
yeah, man, like you can only watch Dice versus Razor Moon or Dice versus whatever or I mean, who's in the finals all the
You
time?
know how many times I've cast a Happy vs Dice? Probably 90 times.
Yeah, but it used to be Happy Foggy. And
Happy
like
Foggy,
that's
sure.
a great match, but that got stale too.
I got
You
stale
know?
too. Yeah,
You know what didn't get stale? Hitman Cruncher.
Hitman Cruncher.
Hitman
They
Cruncher
didn't play
never.
that. Like how many times do those fuckers actually play though? 12, 13.
Well, I mean, five-time Hitman win, 4-time Cruncher for Dust League. That's 9, and then a bunch
Regional.
of Dream Hacks. Yeah, a lot. Well, enough.
How many cups did Cruncher sign up for? Like the ESL weeklies, you know? Not many, right?
I don't.
I don't remember casting a Cruncher versus Hitman ESL weekly cup.
I can't even imagine. I'm gonna look up his profile right now because the results would probably be there, right? But
Not nearly as many as fucking like Happy Dice, Happy Foggy, whatever the fuck.
no, like honestly, I think
And like I could watch like a Focus versus Moon every week. But
Like
it's just not that level. Like
Yeah.
it's just one-sided, it's dominant, there's no epic games. There's never epic games. Like never ever.
last
There's
tournament
maybe been 2 in the whole time.
last tournament I got is America's Cup in 2020. So that was the last like cup
Okay, dope.
cup he played, right?
There's another cup that I had a fucking cast. We talked about that earlier. Like there's another fucking cup.
Well, that was a long time ago, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a loaded question from Cage. You want to take that one? I don't know, man. I think well, you know, so here's the thing. When Meisterschaft ended, right? Well, I guess we can talk.
Read the fucking question first.
Okay, I'll read the question. Yeah. What do you think can rejuvenate this scene? New patch, new player that beats happy, new maps. Something to play for. Something to play for. And I don't really know at what scale you have to do that or what, but it's something to play for, because I feel like during the DreamHack days, people were fired up. People were practicing. Not like a crazy amount, but people were involved. You know what I mean? And that's why, like with Meisterschaft ending, and Back to Warcraft saying that they want to like build their own global league, I think that's great, and I think that honestly could. I don't know though, man. Like, fuck, if I knew, I would try to do it. Like, what do you think? Like a new player beating happy?
No.
Like if Sock was dominating next week, do you think it would really change things? I don't think so.
Like, yeah, it'd be great. I feel like if we had like a bunch of new players that were like really, really good all of a sudden. But I feel like the players like Kaho and stuff, it just is never really that motivating. And I feel like there's always, every time there's a new player, it's like, oh, he just switched his name and he's been playing for 15 years. You know, like 15 Sway and stuff, like very, very young players, 1-2-0. Like if there was multiple people that were like 1-2-0, like 1-2-0 is an excellent example of somebody that's like actual talent that comes out of nowhere. 2013, 2014, he became just like the greatest player of all time. Like, it's incredible. We just don't have it. There's not enough talent in the world for that to happen. And like pessimistically, I just don't think it's gonna happen.
I think the game,
player base is getting too old. Simply.
Yeah, I think the game is what it is right now, and I don't think I don't think it'll go downhill very quickly, but it will. Like, it can only go down, I feel, unless something comes in that can stabilize it or get it better, like a global league.
Sure, yeah, ESL was a great like rejuvenation for the scene.
Yeah,
ESL
it really
was incredible.
Yeah,
like without ESL, imagine like me and you starting Dust 2018.
Yep.
No ESL. We would have been done a year later. ESL was up. Sorry, I didn't know. ESL was fucking incredible. Like ESL was the rejuvenation for the scene. ESL is a Saudi shill nowadays, so they can go fuck themselves. I'll never work for them again. But they're sick. They're fucking dope.
Hire me. I will take that bag.
He will take the bag. He'll take the bag. But like at the time, that was incredible, right? Like that was the rejuvenation for the scene. And then War 3 Champions, I think, was great. New ladder. It was like War 3 Arena before it. Like they're small bumps, but you never actually see them coming. You know, you never know actually what it's going to be. Currently, is it going to be like a new patch or a new player or somebody beating happy? I don't think that's it. I think the player base is too old for it to be actually a specific player. Like if somebody beats Moon, I don't think anybody really gives a shit. If somebody beats Happy, like whatever. Like it's going to have to be something like more than an individual. It's going to have to be like, unfortunately, like corporate, like a whole league, some money coming into the scene, some motivation for the players that are fucking jaded as fuck in this scene, you know?
Yeah, which is definitely doable. And the problem is with servers too, right? Like you can't truly have a global tournament. There's going to be issues. It's not going to be perfect.
That's what ESL was great for, because War 3 Champions, we are fucking lying to ourselves that that's a good tournament when everyone's lagging their asses off.
Yes.
Like it gets better every season with new servers, but like, come on, dude. 140 MS versus 140 MS. You think that really proves who's the best? No,
and ESL, what they did was
it's a circus act. It's a fucking circus act.
Yeah, NA has their servers, right? Cool. And what ESL did was Europe has their servers. You're good, cool. You're local. And then when you move forward, you're on LAN. So when you have that shit, they're covered. They paid up the ass for it. But yes, it was truly the highest form of competition. And when Hitman lost or when somebody won, it was fair and square. Like, you know what I mean? Like when Hitman beat Xlord and then Xlord beat him back, I think in Sweden, it was fair and square, bud. Like you got beat. Or you got owned.
That was sick. That was a great rivalry. For sure.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Yeah.
And I think like now, like War 3 Champions, dude, like it's 140.
It's elephants on unicycles. Like we are Warcraft 3 players. This is a great series. It's like, it's not. Ask any player. Ask the most mannered players. Laliat. What do you feel about playing Happy on 120 MS? It is unplayable, and I will never win. People say that.
But
it is a circus act.
it
is for the people watching. It's not for the
yes,
players.
no,
It's
that's
for
what I
people
was gonna say.
watching.
But it produces sick games for everybody,
Great.
and everyone
People
does
love
love
it.
the tournament.
Yeah.
But am I gonna say that Buddy won War
It
3
means
War 3
anything?
champion, so he's the best in the world? No. Right?
And that's the thing about
Yeah.
cross-regional play. That's not a fault of the scene or the game or War 3 champions. That is a fault of the fact that the scene is so small and there isn't enough players for cross-regional play. But there's not enough players to have, regional play, like where there is enough players in Europe, because there isn't. Where there isn't enough players in Asia, which there might be, but it's a little bit secluded because a lot of it's Chinese. And for some reason, China has a habit of making really, really awful events with horrible production.
Yeah.
And NA is NA, it always has been.
I'll be honest though, like, have you seen the TED Cup with the huge clumped overlay? I kind of like it, dude. I kind of like knowing
It's a bit much.
how much damage the Blade Master has done in total. They have bars for everything, and it's like
unreal.
When I first watched it, I'm like, what a clumped shit show.
Yeah.
And now I'm watching, I'm like, I kind of like it, dude. The Lich did 10K, pog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What a different dynamic too. Like when you see the Lich has done 14K and the DK has done 3, and it's like, okay, maybe I should just keep the DK in the back.
Back has that as well, though. They have damage charts at the end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's that there's an end of a post game button.
So do you switch to that, or does it auto switch? Do you have it when you
at the end of the game I hit the button?
Okay, you don't have it like after game tabs out, it goes to that. You actually hit the thing.
Yeah, it's just a browser source.
I fucking
just hit it.
I fucking hate that, by the way.
I hate graphs. I've always hated graphs.
I
hate overlays.
I hate that screen. I don't want to read it. I don't care.
Dude, I've said it forever, and I've said it to you, and I've said it on stream. I hate overlays. I hate graphs. I just want to watch the game.
That's true.
Native default Warcraft 3. That's what I like. I like not knowing what the supply is until I go to the Great Hall and I fucking click on that shit. I love that.
I don't even know who the fuck is looking at that. I don't even know who the fuck is looking at that and looking at like total gold 13K. I don't even know who's reading that and genuinely is like, okay. Like,
dude, are we gonna have this many bugs forever on the Battle.net overlay?
Well, do you think a patch is coming?
No, and the fact, the Back to Warcraft overlay is great. And Neil put a lot of effort in. It looks great. He did a lot. It's awesome.
Yes.
It's great for people, not people like me, but the average person that watches it. But the fact that we have to use the Blizzard overlay to make the Back to Warcraft overlay work means we have to work with a lot of bugs.
Well, that's only that's only because
20 bugs with it.
But that's only because Neo loved the idea of a bare screen and built around it. You don't need to. He can go back to the other one, and you can have the top bar if you want, and you can have the bottom bar if you want, and you can have your bells and whistles. You can. But Neo,
there's an upside of that though, in that if the overlay crashes, we have another overlay to fall back to. So if our overlay breaks, which happens 1 in 25 games, let's say, which ruins the game completely,
because it's like username.
Yeah, because there's nothing. You have no information. You can't even see the gold. You have to tell them what the gold is. If the overlay bugs, 1 in 25 games, 1 in 30 games, you can go to the Battle.net overlay, Blizzard overlay, which is not horrible, but it has so many, like, you can't see Marketplace, Shop, cooldowns. You can't see Mercenary cooldowns. When you have an illusion or you have like an ultimate, like a Metamorphosis DH, it overlays over top of it.
The countdown bar is over.
Bugged.
Yeah.
It's so many things.
Yes.
Like, everything is fucking broken on it.
I think like not being able to see shops, not being able to see actually did he get level 2 mana burn or level 2 immolation?
Marketplace. There's so many maps. Like Marketplace is such a huge
I can't
thing
look at the
marketplace.
marketplace. It is a huge issue.
Yeah.
When you're watching
it will
games.
never be fixed. It's never going to be fixed because Blizzard they don't know what they're doing and they're a horrible company.
Like the fact that you click it and the only thing that it shows is the title of the shop and armor invulnerable. Yeah. Why did you code that?
You can't even like really properly. Yeah.
Did they not code that? Did they not code armor type, invulnerable, like view? Like you couldn't.
And at least on the old Back to Warcraft overlay, even though it went over the marketplace, I had a button on my OBS where I could hit it and it would pop up what the marketplace had available. Because I think that's really important in a game. And it is. And I think seeing heal scroll timings and fucking nowadays seeing circlet timings and seeing invul timings is really, really important.
Yeah.
But apparently I just can't see that when I analyze games anymore. I can't see when the third Berserker is available.
But that is
in this
only
game on
because
automotives, you
Neo
know?
thinks that it looks better with more space, and then he built the overlay with more space. And unfortunately, to get that no space, you
less
have to use
stressful.
the AI.
It's less stressful like that. It's less stressful.
Yeah.
Because if it does break, you can have something that works, which I get.
And I'll be honest, like I've seen games now on the channel, and I've seen them before, and you could go back. It's not the end of the world. Like, it's not the end of the world, right? But yeah, I mean, I assume they'd fix it, and then, like, who gives a shit? Just keep plowing away. But it is, yeah, it fucking sucks, man. What items are in there? I don't know.
We haven't even scratched the surface of, like, bugs either. Like, we said, like, 5 or 6. There's, like, 20 bugs on this fucking overlay. Like, it's fucked.
There's, like, yeah, there's so many. You're like, remember when I first watched it? You're like, there's 7 right away, go. And I was like, this one. You're like, yeah, it was a little ridiculous. But
it's fucked, and these all have to coexist with the backdoor graph overlay. These aren't fixed by the backdoor graph overlay. They coexist with them. There's no timer, which is for me personally a huge deal in casting.
But the backdoor graph one has one, right, at the top.
Yes.
So
yes,
you can actually, like, I don't know if you do this, but you could project output, put it on another screen, and see the timer, right?
No, it's on the stream. I have to look at OBS for it, sort of thing. But
is your OBS screen big enough, dude? When I have my,
I have 3 monitors. You have 2. I have a whole monitor for my OBS.
Okay, and you can see what you're streaming clearly, because my screen is so small, and I don't see, like, I can't see, like, items and shit because it'd be too scrawny, I think. But yeah,
no, I can see the timer.
And
also, the backdoor graph overlay actually goes over the game, so you can actually see it in game as well.
Backdoor graph overlay goes over. Yeah.
So it's the same. You can see the overlay in game, but it's just all the stuff that the backdoor graph overlay doesn't have that you use in game. They you even have to, like, live with.
You know what's funny is they even said, didn't they say that in the post when they made this observer that we watched, like, we took it from Back to Warcraft?
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure that they wrote that. I'm pretty sure that they wrote, like, we've watched, or like we've noticed, like, third party, like, or something like that. And it was like they clearly got influence from the Back to Warcraft one. It's like, dude, put a timer in. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that they're gonna fix it.
Well, the issue is with the Back to Warcraft overlay is that it removes the sundial, so you can't actually see the specific in-game time.
Right.
Or is that the Blizzard overlay that does that?
I'm pretty sure that in the AI there is the moon.
Because we used to have both. We had the sundial for a little bit, and then we also had the in-game timer. Because I use sundial, like, I don't know the specific in-game time. I know, like, the sundial timing.
You use the fucking 5th day of night, 3rd day of day.
Yeah,
dude, I have
third day or third dot of the 2nd day is when master training finishes for Talons. That's when I have to have reinforced defenses done.
Dude, I don't do any of that shit. I go, Happy should have his fucking Frenzy and Destroyer with 2 statues at 8-10 going. I use timer. I can't do the 2nd dot of the 3rd fucking cluster. I can't do it. I don't get it. I don't know what that is.
But there's some combination of 2 that, like, doesn't work right now with the overlay, or I might be misremembering. I might be thinking, because there's been like 3 or 4 iterations of the Backdoor Warcraft overlay, and then obviously the 2 of the Blizzard, and they coexisted in different ways, but I don't remember.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I've never used the sundial though. I think that's a trip. It's a power trip.
In-game timer is hacking additional information. Here's a topic: the things that War 3 Champions has implemented.
Okay.
I'm saying the 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 5 in the gold mines. I think that is the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my entire life.
You don't like that?
For one, it bugs all the time, and it's shit, and it doesn't work. For 2, why the fuck do we tell players when they have 4 on the gold mine? They have to fucking figure that out. It's an RTS game. It's a 20-year-old RTS game. Why the fuck should you know if you have 5 on gold?
That's really hard to play, and no new players are coming in, so let's fucking help them out a little bit.
Yeah, it bugs.
That has to be it. That has to be it, because we're not seeing any new influx of players. The game and the genre is super fucking hard. Let's help them out a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. Like, they're dumbing it down.
On top, there's one. Second, why the fuck do I need to know that my claws are +8 on the inventory screen?
Because you can have a claws +4. It's the same picture.
Hover over that shit.
Oh, you think, like, don't show the... Oh, my God.
Here's another one. Why do I need...
very specific. Hold on. You're fucking...
Why do I need to know when I deny a unit? The observers can. Why do I need to know when I get denied a unit?
Oh my god. These are very specific things that you are not okay with. You don't like the colored exclamation. Stupid. You do not like the colored exclamation.
Stupid. No, I've always said this has been so stupid. Why are we making the game easier for people?
Because the game is hard as fuck and no new people are coming in.
People are not going to come in because they know when they deny you. They don't even know what experience is. That is not for new players. If people say that, they're lying.
I'm trying to extend an olive branch here. I don't.
No, they are lying if they say that. No, they are making the game easier for the people who have already played in a bad way.
Well, those are 3 very specific. I'm surprised that, like, dude, that I love those, by the way, as an observer.
Why?
So you think as an observer, yes.
Why do the lab and mercenary camp? Tell me if I'm misremembering. I'm trying to remember. Why do they have L and M on them? On the map.
And doesn't shop have a S?
Yeah, I think that's the stupidest thing ever.
So you don't want... So what do you think it should have? Like a nothing?
Well, because the issue is that it bugs now. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it bugs, and sometimes it doesn't show the creep camp as existing on the minimap.
Do you think like the player should just hover over the fog and see what it is?
Yeah, I think go fuck yourself. I think all these are so stupid. Staso says these quality of life features are great. I think they're fucking so stupid.
You know what's funny?
Staso's also a player that plays with 3,000 zoom.
Yeah, I feel like every time
I would map hack if it was legal.
Like Staso's, dude. Think about Staso's. Every time I feel like we say something, he's always for it. Like he's like no.
No, I respect it because Staso is a player that he enjoys the game so much that he'll take any sort of advantage that is legal that he could.
Yes, he'll take it,
which I respect.
And I don't
so much that he will just play it. Whereas there's players like me that like want the challenge and want the sort of archaic feel of the game, like the original archaic feel. Whereas Staso just loves the game. I feel like.
I mean, without bringing a dev in here and figuring out, it has to be to dub it down a bit, right?
Yeah, there's just some features that are like. There's some features that are good in that regard, and some features that just kind of suck, and like they bug out and they make the game worse, and they're stupid. Like, yeah, no.
Can I grab a beer?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be right.
I'm not gonna say a word till you get back. Actually, I gotta piss. That's perfect timing. Somebody make a counter argument. Piss us off, okay? Somebody, quick.
That was an interesting take, from Carson. I didn't expect him to come out with that. That was pretty cool. Why does it show the letters on the things? Just look at it. Why is the deny thing? Pog. I've never really thought of that. I just kind of accepted it too. I think most of us kind of just accepted it, but I mean, it has to be to dub it down. Invite a War 3 champion dev to the next podcast, dude. I mean, me and Bendy are. I love Bendy. Bendy's a War 3 champion dev. I'll get Bendy on, if he's here. Yeah, if he wants to do it, for sure. I like the deny. Even happy you zoom out. Wait, did he complain about zoom too? That's too much. He's crossing the line. Holy fuck, you're crossing the line there, bud. Did he actually say fuck zoom when I was gone? Look at the smile on his face too. He knows he's just rocked the boat. Fucking headset's in shambles right now. Look at that headset. Buddy, your headset's in absolute shambles right now.
Wait, is this say so?
Well, I was gonna say, did you fuck with the zoom too? Did you say no zoom?
What?
Did you also say like a problem is no zoom or no?
Oh, I thought I heard somebody else. Wait, what's going on? Tell me again.
No. I know you. To go back to like shit that you're not okay with. Like I don't know what you guys talked about when I left, but you said the deny. You know what I mean? Why is there letters and shit? But like, did you also say like fuck zoom? Because they're talking about zoom.
Yeah, no, fuck zoom. Are you kidding me?
Oh my god.
Fuck zoom. Yeah.
You know what you are? What is that called? Is that like traditionalism?
An elitist?
Yeah. Is it elite? Is it elitism?
Yeah.
Or
sure,
is it like traditionalism where you don't want any change?
We can do like 1900, but like the fact that people like Foggy can play at like 3000 zoom and see 4 screens, literally the fact that Hitman's like, okay, I'm gonna, because I have to play at the top level, I'm gonna extend my zoom out 100, whatever it is, units every week, just so I can slowly get to 3000.
Is that what he's doing?
Yes, that's what he was doing. I don't know if he's still doing. Like literally, it's so stupid. Like I have to make the game less enjoyable to make myself play optimal, and I have to have all this shit on my screen that bugs out and gives me information that is just for fucking idiots that don't know how to play the game. Like it's so stupid. It's a fucking RTS.
There's
game.
more idiots that don't know how to play the game than there is people like you, though. That's the issue.
It's not.
How do we keep those people going?
They're fucking are not players.
You are super elitist. This is such an elite. It's so super base, by the way, and I love you for it. I think it's fucking hilarious. But we have to cater to shittier players, bud.
There are not people that are coming to the game and playing because it's like it's easy. There's people that have come, like they played it in the past and they're 35 years old and they're like, I love this game. I'm gonna play the campaign. I'm gonna play a couple of games. Or there's people that are like, I want something that's super challenging.
Okay.
You know?
Okay, now let me ask you this. I agree with you. I agree with you. But do you think, like you just said it, right? It is an issue that 0 people are coming into this game, right? Don't you think it's a problem that maybe we should try to tackle a little bit? Or do you think fuck it, like just fucking cut the cord?
No, but yeah, because people call it quality of life right now. Say so is calling it quality of life. Denies are not quality of life. Denies are make the game easier objectively.
The game sucks, dude. This game does fucking suck. Okay, but
like 5 on the gold mine, sure could be. No, 5 on the gold mine is not quality of life. It makes the game easier. It's not quality. It's not an option. It's not like an inventory thing like on Diablo 2 that you have multiple storages. It makes the game easier.
Stop changing the subject. There's a clear issue. I am Ocelot. Thanks for the follow. There's a clear issue of 0 new people are coming. The only people, like you said, are people that are 35 that are coming back that used to play or whatever the fuck, right? Don't you think that that's an issue we should tackle? And don't you think that this is a good way to do it?
Nobody knew was playing this game. People, you know who play this game?
But if they did, it would be a little bit easier.
30-year-old brother, because their parents had an accidental kid when they were like fucking 45. Their 30-year-old brother played the game, and now they're 17. And they're like, oh, I found the CD disc. I guess I'll find it. I'll play it on my compact. You know, like there's no one new playing this game. Okay, probably one fucking new person's playing this game.
I don't know what you do either to bring new people in. I don't know if this helps or but I assume that it does dub it down because I think we can both agree that probably 80% of the fan base is sub 1500. You know what I mean? Like when I look at War 3 Champions and I look at 1800, 1700 up, it's usually 10 matches. And if I go lower MMR, it's like 2 pages I'm scrolling.
And let's be honest, the fucking new player base that's actually new, that has no idea what the fuck's going on, they're not on fucking War 3 Champions.
No, they're not, unfortunately. Yeah,
you have to go on Twitch, find Back to Warcraft, be in the game, be into competitive video games, and then go there. Like if you're in competitive video games, you're on Twitch and you're finding Back to Warcraft commentary on video games, you don't want the fucking game to be dumbed down. You want to play the game.
I would say that too. Like the resources to get onto War Through Champions and get into this game are there, but you have to like look for it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you can go to backtowarcraft.com and then they'll bring you to this and then they'll bring you to that. And then you got to read the War Through Champions thing. You got to install it. You got to hope it's not a fucking virus. Then you got to open it. Then you got to like log in. Like, yeah, like you, I don't know what to do.
It'd be like being new at Counter-Strike Go and being like, oh, I just really wish I could see my opponent's money right now because that would make it so much funner and more convenient.
Can't you though? Can't you see how much?
That's what fucking Valorant did, and Valorant is way fucking easier than Counter-Strike because it's for children.
Yes, but like think about the player base. They're crushing.
No new players in Warcraft. No new players in Warcraft.
I don't know. Like I agree. Like I'm the first person in line of like let's get new blood in. I would love if new kids were playing and we could like train them and we can like aspire them to be. That would be my wet dream, dude. That we can keep this train going. That's never been the case. I don't know how to do it. I don't know that. Like
all I'm saying is, let's admit that it makes the game easier. Let's admit that
it definitely does. Yes, and it helps people out because when I look,
it's not quality of life. It's making the game easier to play. Do we want the game to be easier? I personally don't. But if you want the game to be easier, that's your prerogative.
Do you think it really makes a difference?
Yes, 5 on gold makes the game easier. Denies makes the game easier. Knowing where the mercenary camps and the labs are makes the game easier. Knowing what items are in your inventory by a glance makes the game easier. These all make the game easier. Just like cooldowns on items at the shop made the game easier as opposed to having the thingy-majiggy. Just like having a timer in game potentially would make the game easier.
I'll be honest, the fucking dragon clock that was filling up, going from dark to light, well, I like a time too. I like a time.
No, because having an intuition as to how the timings work in the game is a huge part of RTS games.
Yes, it is. You've definitely
not comparing the fucking timer on the invul pot in the shop 39 seconds and setting a timer on your phone and be like, I'll be back in 39 seconds. No, seeing the dial and be like, okay, by the time I go creep this green camp and then run across to and maybe have a little engagement at the fucking in the middle of the tavern.
I hear what you're saying. Like I've never thought of it like this because I don't think of it like that, but I 100% agree.
Timings are an intuitive thing.
Yes, and
that is a skill-based thing.
So you're saying like it's almost like you have all these like children and like they're not getting like used or something, and you're like look at how they massacred my boy. You know what I mean? Like having the intuition to be like, you know what, the boots are coming in 3, 2, 1, and you see the blade go to the shop, buy it, go, and like he's hitting his timing. You're like, I love that. I don't want to see like the guy go to the shop and it says 3, 2, 1, and then he's like, okay, I'm good. Or I go to the shop, and it's like 15 seconds. He's like, okay, I can come back later. You hate that shit. You're like, dude, that's so crazy, man. I don't think a lot of people share that take, man. But I understand exactly what you're saying.
They want the game to be easier. Then that's fine if they want it to be easier. Whatever.
I feel like, man.
Just admit that does make the game easier.
Well, no, I don't think anyone's not admitting that, but
it's not.
I think we're debating: is it an issue? Like, is it
just that quality of life?
Is it ruining the true, like, the essence of RTS? That's what I think we're debating, right? It definitely makes the game easier, and
Denies are not quality of life. You did not know in the past whether or not you got the deny. You had to make the judgment call whether or not you got it, and then you had to calculate it based on that judgment call.
And let's just stay on that topic, okay? That alone is a huge fucking thing because now you're like, do I put on more pressure? Because I don't even think he can get that small green thing. I think I didn't deny it. I think he needs level 3. Now instead of going to get items, I have to gank him here. Like it changes. It does change the game. It changes the game. Now I know I got the deny. He's level 2.
You have to watch more precisely. You have to watch for the actual animation of the Archmage Fireball hitting the water elemental, as opposed to just looking, oh, the exclamation point's blue. I got there, and it stays there for 2.5 seconds, and you know that you got it. You have to literally sit there and be like, it hit.
I've never thought of it like that, but it does definitely change the game.
It's fine if you like it that way. Just admit that it's easier. It's fine. Whatever. If you like it one way or the other, it's fine.
I like it because I think like I got the deny. I know he's only crept this and this, so his Archmage is 2.7. I got the deny. He's still 2.7.
That was always the way the game works. Sure, that's always the game that you always had to calculate the experience and whatever. And you know, on certain maps, if he gets this water elemental killed, then he's gonna be level 2, whatever. But you know, it took more skill before that. It did.
It definitely did. No, it definitely did. I mean, like, yeah, people were in the dark, dude. And also, like, well, okay, so I'll give you another one that's not as, like, in your face. How about Twitch streaming? You don't think that's helped the game?
Oh,
Do
for sure,
you think people should be able to watch people's point of view streaming? Or are you like, no, fuck that, dude. You're never going to know how he plays unless you like go behind him. Like, I don't know if that's a right comparison, but you know what I mean? Like, how much, like, where do you
Wait,
draw
I gotta fucking call out Scars right now.
Okay,
Scars
go
is
ahead.
just doing the ultimate shit.
First of all, say
Dude,
what he said and then do.
okay, he says IMO. There should be not gold and wood counter. Better count it yourself for more skill. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard you say, for starters.
Isn't that exactly
But,
what you're
like,
saying?
No.
Okay.
No, the game at a default rate is fucking the difficulty that it is. When the game was released fucking 21 years ago, it was, and that's what everyone has always played. That's what Grubby played on. That's what Moon played on. That's what all these people we look up to and we say are so good and we compare ourselves to, that's what they were as good as. That's what every basis of skill in this game has been at. When you play chess, not the same.
So you're saying intuition,
cetera, shit like that.
Intuition, gut feeling. I think I denied it. This, you think that is like the true essence, and now we're getting away from that into this like. Are you gonna start saying like dog and pony show? Like the whole game's a joke now?
No, what I was gonna say, is chess. Like the ways in which we can prove that the game have been changed. Magnus Carlsen can now go and use an engine, etc. We can now go use Twitch, and we have every replay available to us. But the game of chess has not been changed in a way that makes it easier to play when we're in the moment of playing it. You still have to be away from all that shit. You still can't use those computers. You still can't use the analysis that you have, but you can get the information in another way, in a more efficient way, sort of thing. But when you're playing the game, it's the same as it's always been.
Okay, but you're comparing this. I'll cut you off here. I understand what you're saying, but you're comparing this to chess. If there was only undead as one race, do you think that we would need so much balance?
No, there's no point.
What do you mean? You both have the same thing.
Balance has nothing to do with this.
But chess is a game where we both have the same pieces. If there was only orc, one race in this game.
No, I'm talking about the way that we play chess. The way we play chess has always been the same. The way that we analyze chess has changed, and that's what's made us better players, which is fine. But the way when we're in-game playing chess has stayed consistent. That's what I want to stay consistent in Warcraft. The way we analyze it, War 3 info, War 3 champions being able to download replays, stays the same. In chess, computers, analysis of computers, AI, etc. That changes, which makes us better players overall. But when we're in the game, it stays the same. It stays consistent.
Okay.
We don't have an advantage in the game. We don't know in chess when we're in check, which is the same as knowing when we get a deny.
I mean,
Am I wrong?
No, I agree with you, because like now that you kind of blow my mind with the getting a deny thing, because it changes everything now. Like it's such a big.
We can no longer compare ourselves to Grubby because we have advantages over Grubby that he did not have. That cannot happen. Happy sucks compared to Grubby. Based. There we go. Go fuck yourself.
So fucking based. That? And probably
Happy's
true. Probably fucking true, dude.
Grubby is 100 times better. Moon is 100 times better than Happy. Happy fucking sucks. How about that?
He
fucking sucks. He knows when he has 5 on gold. He's an undead player. He never knew when he had 5 on gold before.
I mean, like, how can you?
He knows where the lab is.
How can you be wrong saying that though? That's crazy. That's so.
But you guys,
everybody
gets my point. You get my point. Go fuck yourselves. You know what I'm talking about.
So like, you would even say like, if you played in 2009, you played in the real game, and like if you played now, like you're playing the fucking dog and pony show Warcraft 3.
I'm saying we're on a slippery slope to it being that true, because there's continuous quality of life updates that are not quality. None of these are quality of life updates. These are all making the game easier.
I really wonder how other people think about this. Like, I wonder what Remo thinks about this, because I also look at him as like not an elitist, but definitely a guy that hates steering from, like, he's a true lover of RTS, like Warcraft 3 RTS. So I imagine
Remo does really love this game. He truly does.
He does. Yes, he does. And that's why, like, I would love to hear his take, because yeah, like, you can't, like, when you phrase it like that, and you've kind of blown my mind, like, you are stepping away from the beauty of RTS and taking away so many fucking things, that moments of brilliance, I think, that players would have. Do you know what I mean? Fuck, dude.
Yeah, you don't want to have a caveat when you said, like,
what a take.
Yeah. That Zeppelin micro is really nice. And to point out Scars' point, let me just read this. But to have the authority argument of it was always like that isn't a good one. For example, I think the in-game timer is a good thing. Oh fuck, my chat keeps fucking scrolling because people are losing their goddamn minds.
Yeah, you've rocked the boat.
For example, I think the in-game timer is a good thing and more like quality of life. Completely wrong, by the way. Sorry, Scars. Because you can get information now. Yes, the intuition. Okay, I'll finish it. Because the information now as well, but in an unintuitive way. hovering over the clock circle to see the exact time block. That was a skill. The intuition is a skill.
It was.
Intuition is a skill in things. In chess,
Yeah.
knowing the move after your 15 moves into like the fucking, I don't know chess, the Queen's Gambit variation of bullshit, the King's Gambit variation, the fucking whatever, the Scotch fucking bullshit. Knowing the moves after your 15 moves into that variation that is just a dance, that is intuition. That's the skill of that game.
I agree with you.
When you play a jazz song and you go through the head of a jazz song and then you go through the bridge of a jazz song and then you're into the solo section and you're improvising for 10 minutes, that's where the skill is. Everyone can play a head of a jazz song. Everyone can play. But
what's your point though? Like,
that shit.
Is your point is your point that it's ruining the game, or is the point that like it's not as hard as a game? Like what
ruins the spirit of the game. We're playing a 21-year-old game. Let's play a fucking 21-year-old game. We can observe it in a particular way. Back to Warcraft's done a great job of making us be able to watch the game in a very 2023 sort of way. But when we're playing it, let's not fucking lie to ourselves that we're as good as Grubby. If we're fucking want a timer and we want denies and we want fucking a map overlay that's different and we want to zoom out 3,000, let's not fucking lie to ourselves that we're playing it the same way they were playing.
I don't think. Well, after you like how if you phrase it like that, how does anyone have a take opposite of what Carson's saying? Because I'll pull you in right now and we could talk about it. Does anyone actually disagree with Carson and think it's a harder game now than it was back in the day? I don't think anyone can argue.
By the way, HP bars to put a HP bars. Okay. That's a point I'll accept.
Like, what
HP bars are fucked.
Everyone got better. Of course, it's harder now. Like, so do you want to come in and then talk to Carson about this? Because, like, I don't think you can argue that it's a easier game now. It's definitely an easier game now.
HP bars actually is a point I'm willing to be pushed on for sure. Because HP bars are just very uncomfortable. But I get it. Yeah, that HP bars. I guess you win on that point for sure. HP bars. I get it. And mana bars too, actually.
Mana bars. Yeah, the mana bars was what, 2012, 2013?
Yeah, you guys are right on that. You guys are right on that. But maybe there's somebody more extreme than me that would be like, go fuck yourself. You know, I want to hold alt down the whole time.
That's such
you guys are right. You guys are right about that. You guys are right about that.
That's such a crazy take.
12 unit grouping. No way.
If they change that, you're out. You're done. That's
Imagine hitting F1 and having your whole army in Warcraft. Go fuck yourself.
Dude, I love that in StarCraft 2. I actually did love that. All your shit was in 2, your workers were in 2, your army was in 1. I did like that. And then you'd have separate subs.
Yeah, I don't know what I would say about the health bar thing. Like mana bars, I had the same opinion about. I think because obviously it's so obvious that when you have to click on a hero to see if they have 73 mana to coil your hero to whether you don't have to TP, takes so much more skill because I can look at a mana bar and I know exactly how much mana they have at this point. And every player that's at all decent should know that immediately by looking at a mana bar. But health bars, I feel like health bars should be always on. And maybe you could call me like you could say like I'm wrong about that based on what I've said, but I feel like health bars are the one thing that I would succeed to you.
I do think
that health bars are mana bars. No, mana bars I'd have the same opinion. Health bars, and I did have the same opinion about mana bars, but health bars should always be on.
But I feel like health bars need to be on because the game has evolved a lot quicker in terms of like, dude, imagine if like you didn't have health bars with ghouls. Like, what the fuck?
Health bars it looked stupid and it feels stupid. But, like, sure, like, if that's the point that loses me this argument, that's it.
And also keep in mind, guys, if Carson had his choice on Back to Warcraft, he would definitely cast the games, no AI Observer Pro,
default.
No Back to Warcraft. He would go default, normal zoom.
Yeah.
And while everyone's like, the overlay's broken, oh no, Carson would just be like, oh, yeah. That's, like, I love that. You love it.
I love that. I love the default, everything. Yeah, because I enjoy analyzing the game that way. I enjoy that.
Now that's hard. Imagine like,
but I have health bars on the whole time because I will say I started playing after health bars were always on. So, but mana bars, like that was Reforged. Like fuck that. Like I'm used to it now. But health bars, I like that.
And like no wonder the game was shittier. Like dude, like. Take away like overlays and shit that didn't exist. Like this game was what you saw barely. You know what I mean? Like there was so much shit that was missed when you were analyzing replays that now we got. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. Like I think that's a really really good point. Is the health bar thing? I do think that is. probably a winning argument.
Did
But
they stump the
everything else,
Schwab? Did you get stumped, bud?
I think if I have to bite the bullet on health bars, I will. I will bite the bullet on health bars. Because the game sucks without health bars. But
that's
mana
so true.
bars, I feel like mana bars did make the game easier. It actually objectively did make the game easier. Health bars, I don't know.
So you will like to go back to clicking the hero and seeing if it's got a coil? Seeing if it's got a bolt?
Yeah, that took way more skill. Are you kidding
yeah,
me?
but it was also a pain in the ass.
How many people nowadays play the game without checking items?
Tons.
Yeah. You used to have to actually click on heroes to see what mana they had, and you would check the items at the same time. How many people have no idea if the hero they're focusing has an invul?
Tons. Everybody, yeah.
2,300 MMR players have no idea if the hero they're focusing has an invul.
Yep, that's true.
HP bars also make the game easier to play, of course, for sure. But it also makes it very uncomfortable to play.
Jesus. I'll by the way, this VOD will be up, so if you guys want to clip and take all of Carson's takes and shit on his face on Reddit, feel free to do so.
I'm fine with it. By the way, I will always fucking debate you, and I will always stand by my arguments.
I can't wait.
In case you're fucking
I hope there's people that are like, fucking, can you believe this take? Because, dude, you had like I don't think anyone's even thought about that. I don't think anyone's even thought about that. Like, that's why I'm like, I'd love to know what Remo thinks, or like these guys that are not against big changes, but definitely like they believe that the game should be a certain way. Like, that was fucking, I love that.
Yeah, I know. I will always stand by my. I will always stand by my arguments. I will.
Yeah. The VOD will be up. Yeah. Clip what you want. Make your case, and eat this man alive.
Go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, and I'll definitely go fuck yourself as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Clip that and put that on there first. But yeah.
Health bars though. If you go with the health bars, actually, whoever said that first, I respect that. Yeah.
That was Masso.
That was a good argument. That's a good argument. Yeah, that is a really good argument.
Yeah. That was well done.
Yeah. Scars, me and you, motherfucker, 1-on-1 debate one of these days. You son of a bitch.
First one to misspeak loses the debate. That's how it works.
Yeah, that's how it works.
You probably want to get shitty titty tonight, so do you want to call it here? I thought that was great. I mean, we had fun.
I think we did fucking 2 hours. I think
was it really 2 hours?
Shit. It was like 2.5. Like, I'm fucking yelling at my roommates for trying to sleep. Yeah.
Is this episode 1 of the podcast? Carson, tell them.
We did another episode. Actually, it was a really good episode. Mm-hmm. But it was like 3 months ago.
We did it right when I came back from when you were back from tour.
When I was like a couple weeks or a couple days after I was back from tour, we did a podcast.
We recorded.
I mean, we could release it. It was really good.
That's why that's why I had to hide this before I started, but this is episode 2, but I hid it because I don't want to put episodes. It's not going to
be very relevant, but like we could release it. If you guys want to hear it, yeah.
Should I make a YouTube?
It's not going to be relevant nowadays.
Should I make a YouTube channel?
Talked about. Yeah, you should.
Yeah, I should probably make a YouTube channel. That'll be down the line, but I do have it.
Make that episode 0, beta, and make this episode 1.
Or like the pilot.
Pilot, yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. And this will be episode 1.
Okay. I don't want to do episodes though because I don't let's just do it.
Oh, you want to title it?
It'll be dated. I want to watch the podcast from there's a podcast today. Like, yeah, check the podcast from like January, you know what I mean? Because most like guys, like, you know what I mean? Like Bill Burr's Monday Morning Podcast, it's not episode 340. It's just the Monday morning for September 16th or whatever, right?
Oh, yeah, fine.
Yeah, I don't want to number it because the numbering gets like cringe and it's like planned. And these aren't planned. Like, I would like to do this.
Podcast number 523. Can you fucking believe it? We made it this far. Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
I really like doing the podcast on Back to Warcraft, and I just wanted to keep doing that. And I think like me and you we obviously have very contrasting opinions.
Yeah.
About life in the game.
I think we kept it relatively interesting. I think it was not bad. Yeah.
Yeah, we shot the shit a bit. I just really I don't give a fuck. I just kind of want to talk to you. And then
I think most people in this fucking scene are stupid fucking idiots. So like it's good. Yeah.
Yeah. And based first of all. I think I want to keep doing this for sure. And I like the fact that we don't really talk as much as we used to. Dude, we were every day, right? Like just come on and hang out. But
can I permaban this guy?
Who, Intricate?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
I'm hovering over it. There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
He knows the answer to that. He had 932 messages in the chat.
Yeah, no, he knew that. People are. I don't really give a fuck about people like that. Like, I don't even.
He had He asked the question just to be a dick. He had 932 messages in the chat. He can go fuck himself.
Everyone wants I don't know, man. You're not gonna get me that way.
Send me a DM, motherfucker. I do that all the time.
You got to try a little harder, I think, now. Yeah. But that was a good one. I'll let you go. You got that box of wine. I think the guy. Do you guys still play Quiplash?
Yeah, we have played it. We played it once, I think, after. But yeah, it's a fun game.
It's good, eh?
It's good. It's good. But I think I'm just gonna go get hammered and smoke on the deck.
Hell, is everyone there right now, or are
fun.
people out?
I don't know. Nelson and Monty are here. I think Morgan and Christine went to bed. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, no, that was good. We'll definitely do this. They're gonna be impromptu. Like if shit happens, we'll obviously have our takes on it. It's just gonna be like just gonna be us shooting the shit, man. Like what did we do today? Like we didn't do fucking anything special. We didn't have any notes, by the way. 0 notes. You just came in. I said I'll be in the call. You were in the call, and then
I was like, I'll give you an hour. That's what I said.
Yeah, no, I was expecting, like, I'm surprised that we went like this, but we were buzzing. But yeah, I expected you to give me an hour and then go on your merry way. But
no, yeah, I think we could talk about like just ourselves a little bit, what we're doing, and then talk about the scene a little bit, and then we got into some stuff like people aren't gonna like what we say, but if you guys hate what I say, even better. Fucking post on Reddit, post a clip, call me out, whatever. I don't give a fuck, dude. Yeah. I will literally debate you guys on stream if you want. I will actually debate you.
Yeah, and I do want to I think like if we are out of our depth, I think we should bring people on. You know what I mean? Like talking about War 3 champions and shit. Like I'd love to get a dev on, or if anyone wants to come on, if we're talking about a topic or something. I'd like to vet you, and then you can come on, right? But I'd like to, I think that's what the pod's going to be. Just us hanging out, giving our fucking takes on shit. And yeah, I mean, I don't give a fuck about being hated. I've been hated. You know what I mean? I don't
way past that point.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'm just having fun. I think this is cool.
I give a shit about your YouTube comment. I don't give a fuck.
Nobody's, no, it isn't like that. But yeah, that was good. I think it was good.
AKM doesn't hate us. AKM's our fucking boy. That's all that matters at the end of the day.
Yeah, as long as I have AKM, I'm fucking...
Hell yeah. AKM's a fucking shit.
I got Blood Law, dude. I don't need anything else.
And we got Old Mate Dad.
Yeah, which, by the way, Korea, you kind of fucked that guy up today, no? Holy shit, dude. You know what I mean? Like...
Wait, what did I say about Sword?
What do you mean?
We've had a fucking 2.5 hour conversation. I don't remember what I said.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh, like today?
Yeah.
I think we talked about it.
AKM beating Old
Mate.
Yeah, AKM beating. I said something that was bad about it. I thought it was like,
no.
Oh yeah, AKM did fuck up Old Mate.
We were just talking about like the biggest upset of today. I think earlier. I don't even think
he played good though. AKM played great though.
Yeah, today. AKM played pretty good. What a homie.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck did I say? Must have been unhinged. Yeah.
But yeah, I'll let you go, man. Let's table it. I need dates for Dust League from you though, if you can remember that. I'll text you anyway. But
I'll give you.
Give me a schedule, and then I'm gonna make a schedule, and then I'm gonna like talk to people that like NA LOL, and I'll confirm like dates, because like I fucked them over last time, didn't I?
It was War 3 Champions, NA LOL, and Dust League at the same time.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Yeah. So let's work together and get another one done. Dust League coming soon. It's probably gonna be qualifiers are gonna be like the start of October. And right. Do you have anything else you want to say? Just listen to the song coming up.
Yeah, September 29th, new single. Wait, do I have it still on paste? Here we go.
Yeah, paste that shit.
Go click on that shit and save that to your fucking Spotify or your fucking Apple Music, okay? Do me a goddamn favor. And if you do that, then fucking post on Reddit saying that I'm fucking wrong. Post a clip. I'll fucking debate you, motherfuckers. All right?
There we go.
We'll do it.
I'm also going to...
Because you guys are all fucking idiots, by the way. You guys are all fucking idiots.
Dude, I can't wait. I want... Dude, you've had some crazy... Good points, though. Like, the fucking new changes, like, that's a whole new topic entirely that I don't think anyone's ever thought of. I want people to clip that. Don't clip any of my shit, because I'm good with Reddit.
I think most people are on my side.
You think so?
Most people. Yes, I do think so.
Players, though.
Yeah, fuck the players. The players want what's in their best interest. Are you kidding me?
No. You think like,
oh, I'm a competitive player that makes money playing the game. I want the game to be easy. Yeah, are you fucking kidding me?
So you say most people are on your side. Like, you think viewers and players, most of them are on your side.
Viewers have, for the shit we were talking about today with the word, like fuck yeah. Maybe most viewers don't want the overlay to be default, which I totally accept. I think Neo's overlay is great, but like the player changes, yeah. If I say to the viewers, this player has it way easier than Grubby and Moon had in 2007, do you think they want that?
No.
There we go.
Yeah, no, I'm excited.
I got a DM.
Did you actually?
He was way cooler than the last guy.
Oh,
actually, I'll unban him. He said not cool. Actually, I respect that.
No, I like Intricate too. I was just gonna unban him anyway, but yeah, give him an unban. Yeah, I like Intricate.
I respect just the not cool as opposed to the 10 paragraphs that I most get.
Don't fall back on an apology. You know what I mean?
I respect that. I respect that. Yeah, because most people are like, I'm gonna fucking find you. I'm gonna find your address, and you're fucking such a yeah. I respect the not cool XD face. See, you're unbanned. You're unbanned.
Welcome back, Intricate. Okay, you know, I'm probably just gonna keep drinking too. I think I'm going to stop streaming. I'm gonna turn off my stream and do something else with my life.
It's about time.
Yeah, but thanks for tuning in. I mean, it's been 6.5 hours. I think I did my job. I will probably.
How long was this? 2.5?
It had to be like 2.5. Yeah, right?
Maybe 3. Wait, no. Actually, I know exactly because if I go to our DMs, 8:48, I sent you. Oh yeah, so almost 3 hours, like 2:45.
So yeah, like
because I sent you the OBS Ninja at 8:48.
Like pretty much 3 hours, I think.
That's not bad.
Because 12,
you can split it into 2.
Yeah, dude, it's been like it was a 3-hour pod.
That's not bad.
Damn, dude, we're kind of killing it.
I don't fucking remember what we talked about, but fuck, we could talk for 3 hours. That's for sure.
Yeah, we can just fucking talk about nothing. But yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. I mean, I hope you guys liked it. I think it's gonna be a regular thing. I'm gonna have to push Carson because I can't even get him to look at the computer. Never mind, fucking get on.
Let's say every 2 weeks.
No, let's not plan it, dude. If something comes up and we want to talk about it, let's cover it. I don't give a fuck about times or anything like that.
Okay, you DM me and I'll tell you when. Then.
Yeah, and we'll just be like, hey, this came up. Do you want to talk about it? Or like, hey, do you want to talk or something like that? No, I don't want to. Let's chill. Let's cool. Like, you know what I mean? Let's just.
Thanks to my boy Razor Moon for the fucking raid there too.
Yeah, what a G. Big shout out to.
I'll always respect. After Razor Moon was willing to just debate his horrible opinions, I'm always down.
How did you know that? Didn't that scroll up a long time ago, or did you just remember that?
I just remember that. Yeah.
Damn, nice. Okay, cool. Yeah. More podcasts in the future.
Respect the hell out of it, though. Respect the hell out of it.
Yeah, no, it was cool. And a lot of them stuck around. Thank God. Okay, yeah. I'll grab another beer and I don't know what I'm gonna do for the rest of the night, but
just fucking crawl into your bed and cry.
Baldur's Gate with Hitman so that he plays the qualifiers. Otherwise, he's not going to. I think he's dead serious, by the way.
Hitman?
Yeah, he said he's not gonna play Raw Land unless you play Baldur's Gate with him.
I'll play with him tomorrow. I don't give a fuck.
Tomorrow,
I just got band practice tomorrow. I'm fucking chilling.
Hell yeah. I got golf and then that's it. Okay. See you guys. We're going to take off and I'm going to raid somebody. Who should I raid?
Leon.
Okay.
Wait, Forks is still streaming?
I know. He's a god. I just thought.
Or TS Yog as well.
Is he streaming?
Yeah.
Hold on. What's his.
He just started. Actually, he just started. Yeah. TS Yog for sure.
What's his ID?
Leon's a homie, but he gets viewers.
Tessio G626? Tessio G626.
And I think he was in here earlier too, so yeah. I like TSO.
Raid TCO G626. Okay, guys, I hope you guys liked it. I thought that was dude, I had fun with that. And we were just fucking coasting. You know what I mean? We were Dimitri coasting our way through that. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Fuck, I gotta press the button first. Thanks for the support. And see ya.